Well, we've seen one pitch thrown. We've seen a double to the left center field wall, just out of the reach and out of the glove of Gavin Dugas, who took a hard spill into the wall and couldn't hold on. And then Jay Johnson quickly out there to relieve Samuel Dutton, the starter, and go to the left-handed reliever, Jacob Hasty. So Hasty takes over. Ole Miss, a runner at second right out of the gate, and we'll see Jacob Gonzalez coming to the plate.
Hasty making his 9th appearance of the year. He's 2-0 with a 1.06 ERA and 17 innings. He's given up 17 hits. 17 innings. He's given up 7 hits, 2 runs, only 3 walks, and 21 strikeouts. It's a good arm from the left side. Hasty's been really effective for LSU during these last few weeks.
Gonzalez, the left-handed hitter. Hasty delivers, and it's a strike. Breaking ball over. Showing bunt was Gonzalez. Now, I will tell you this. Here's a theory. Again, you don't see that often, one pitch and then a change on the mound. But Ole Miss this weekend, and once again today, going with 5 left-handers in the lineup. Again, Samuel Dutton named the starting pitcher, a right-hander. 5 stay in the lineup from the left side. Suddenly now here comes Jacob Hasty, the left-hander. Again, just a theory. The 0-1, showing bunt, pops it up, lands in fair territory, picked up by Cranford, who couldn't get to it on the fly, and he'll get the out at first. But Gonzalez does his job, advancing the runner with a sac bunt. Justin Bench now at third.
A good base running too by Bench. Bench, ball was up in the air, but he gets off far enough where he knows that the ball was going to drop. He had good instincts there to get to third base, and a nice job by Cranford of knowing that to pick that ball up quickly and get the out at first base.
So now we'll see Tim Elko, a right-handed hitter. Elko, as we told you, 19 home runs on the year. He's had some success, to say the least, here in Baton Rouge with the long ball so far this weekend. Here's a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch that drops off the table. Nasty from Hasty, and it's 0-1. Elko, by the way, 2 of 9. However, those 2 are home runs, so his average not dominant at 222, but he's done some damage with the long ball. Again, he's driven in 3 runs this weekend. 0-1 the count with a runner at third and 1 down. Hasty to the plate. Chopping ground ball towards third. Cranford's only play is to pick it up, throw to first. A little high, but Morgan handles to get the sure out at second. But Bench comes in to score. And that will put Ole Miss on the board early, 1-0. An RBI ground out by Elko will now bring Kevin Graham to the plate. He's also been effective after being back in action after missing 22 or 23 games. And we joked yesterday, Coach Bianco saying Graham's in there to hide Elko, but Graham again batting .333, and he's gone 5 of 8 this weekend for a very nice .625 average. Another left-hander, and with 2 outs, nobody on, the first delivery misses high from Hasty, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, Graham's been a big boost to this Ole Miss team, offense for sure, but the team in general. They had a lot of success last weekend when they swept Missouri, and obviously having a lot of success here in Baton Rouge, and Graham's a big part of that.
Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball hung up and delivered, base hit into right field. Graham got the barrel on it. Gets a 2-out single. Second hit of the game here for the Rebels right here in the top of the first inning. That will bring up Kemp Alderman. Alderman, the DH this weekend, just 1 for 8. Did score a run. It was a double, his only hit of the series, batting .125, a right-hander against Hasty.
Hasty, that curveball, slurve, whatever you want to call it, it's a sharp pitch, and it's his best pitch, but just like anybody, when that thing stays up in the zone, it becomes very hittable, and Graham did a nice job of staying on that lefty-on-lefty curveball.
First delivery. Hard breaking ball in the dirt. Misses ball 1, 1-0. Fans, Tabasco sauce, been exciting taste buds for over 150 years. Bring the heat to your next game day with Tabasco sauce, the #1 pick of the LSU Tigers. Got to make sure and pack my Tabasco sauce for Nashville next week. Runner at first, a 1-0 count. Hasty to the plate. Breaking ball for a strike. That one down around the knees after the break, and it's 1-1.
Chris, I've got an uncle in Nashville. Every time I visit him, he makes me pack all the Tabasco sauce. I'll give you a couple extra. Maybe y'all can meet up.
Everybody loves that hot chicken in Nashville, and of course they have it in Memphis as well. But if it doesn't have Tabasco sauce, I'm not interested. I can just take chicken, put Tabasco on it, and I've got hot chicken right there. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses low and in. 2-1 the count now to Alderman.
Good velocity from Hasty early in this game. That last pitch at 92 miles an hour. And talking to some of the LSU hitters throughout the season, they say Hasty is maybe the toughest guy on this LSU staff. We know all the good arms on this staff. When they face him in the fall, they were talking about how he's probably as hard, if not the hardest guy to hit on this LSU staff from their perspective.
2-1 the count with a runner at first, 2 down. Already 1-0 Ole Miss. Big swing and a miss. Again, it drops right off the table, and Alderman gave it everything he had, but couldn't find the baseball. It's 2-2. Again, Hasty has the looping curve. He's got a hard curve down in the dirt, and for a left-hander at times can run it up there 93, 94 mile an hour with the heater. Let's see what he does for Alderman here. With 2 outs, a runner on at first, and a 2-2 count. Runner goes, Hasty fires, breaking ball swung on, knocked down by Thompson at short. Throw to first, the stretch and the hop taken by Morgan for out number 3. Sharply hit by Alderman, but a great play by Jordan Thompson. First to get to it, secondly to get up. After fully stretched, bounces off the dirt, throws to first. Morgan, another sensational play to secure the 3rd out. Ole Miss takes an early lead, 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on. We go to the bottom of the 1st. We played a half inning. Tigers come to the plate. Pearson, Cruz, and Doty on the LSU Sports Radio Network. One nothing Ole Miss takes an early lead. Again, very different approach to game 1. Samuel Dutton threw 1 pitch. Justin Bench, the shortstop, or third baseman rather, for Ole Miss, drives it deep to the left center field gap, comes off the wall. 1 pitch, and Jacob Hasty enters the game. And again, total speculation on my part, but I believe that was planned. I don't know if it was planned for the first pitch, but I think he wanted Ole Miss to commit to the 5 left-handers in the lineup and come in with a left-hander who he feels confident with in Jacob Hasty, who's pitched really well over the last several weeks. So we'll see. But a great defensive play to end the top of the 1st may give the bolt of energy LSU has been lacking, certainly in game 2 yesterday. Josh Pearson will try to keep the momentum in the Tigers dugout. First delivery from Diamond misses high at the letters, 1-0. Diamond, junior right-hander, again a 6.17 ERA. This will be his 12th start of the season. Earlier was the Friday night starter for the Rebels, the 1-0. That one's a strike at the knees. Fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Our umpires, Alex Ransom at first, Michael Banks at second, Derek Malika at third, and Jeffrey Macias behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pearson. Here's a swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to the fastball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Pearson kind of been the leadoff hitter until the last couple of games when Dugas returned. They put Gavin there in the leadoff spot. Today they put Pearson back and Dugas down in the lineup in the 6 hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Diamond, the right-hander, off speed, misses high and outside. That'll even the count 2-2.
Pearson out of West Monroe, Louisiana. Went to West Monroe High School. Going to give a shout out to his Rebels last night. They won the Class 5A state championship over the Santa Maria Gators. 2 quality programs going at it.
2-2. Ground ball sharply hit to first, handled by Elko. He will toss to Diamond, who gets to the bag just in time to beat Pearson for out number 1. So the 3-1 ground out, 1 away, and we'll see Dylan Cruz. Cruz had been comfortable there in the 3 spot. He'll move up today, bat second in the order. Again, leads this team in home runs with 17. Leads the team with 56 runs batted in. So far on the weekend, Cruz 1 of 5 has been put aboard on 3 walks in the series. Of course, his one a loud one, 2-run homer. Is this one a called strike off speed at the belt, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Cruz has really been LSU's only offense. Dugas has had a few hits, but Dylan Cruz with that home run in the first game, and that's been about it for LSU's offense.
The 0-1 fouled off into the screen. A Rotolo's foul ball. Brought to you by Rotolo's Pizzeria. They got the dough you really want. Come on in, have a drink or two. They'll fix you up something new. Slide into a Rotolo's near you. 0-2 the count to Cruz. So Diamond trying to work quickly get the very talented right-handed center fielder. Here's the 0-2. Sharply hit. Gets by a Diamond Gonzalez at short. Moving to his right. Able to knock it down with a glove, but it caroms into left field, and Dylan Cruz picks up his 2nd hit of the series. First hit of the day. First hit for the Tigers, and with 1 out, there's a runner aboard.
Dylan Cruz just so strong. That pitch almost looks like it kind of got in on him, but he was able to pull the hands in close to the body and get enough of the fat part of the bat on the baseball, and he's so strong. That ball was, Gonzalez was going to have to make a heck of a play to get him out anyway. Even if he caught it, Cruz runs too well.
Kate Doty looking for his first hit of the weekend. 0 for 7 through 2 games. With 1 away and Cruz at first, Diamond delivers, showing bunt, lays it down in front of the mound. Diamond will pick it up. Only throw and only option is to first. He'll get Doty there. Cruz into second base. Now the Tigers with a potential tie and run in scoring position, though 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring Trey Morgan to the plate. Trey this weekend 2 for 8. Again, you pointed out not a lot of offense for this Tiger team. Through 2 games, just 8 hits off Ole Miss pitching. Morgan 2 for 8, and Dugas atop for the Tigers on 3 for 9 at the plate. But you like this combination, Buzzy? Cruz at second, Morgan at home plate. See if the energy can continue for LSU, trying to tie this game up. First pitch off speed at the letters, called strike. Trey looked a little surprised. He had already spun away from it. Thought it came in too high. 0-1. Diamond's 0-1 pitch. Oh, wow. They had the catcher Dunhurst set up outside of the plate. The pitch was thrown. It appeared right over the plate. But I think the body of Dunhurst fooled the home plate umpire. It evens up the count 1-1. That looked like a pretty good pitch. The 1-1 to Morgan. Swung on, sent back into the screen. And Trey falls behind in the count 1-2.
Yeah, you mentioned 8 hits in the last 2 games. It's hard to win games, especially against good teams, when the thing that you're known for, which LSU this year is really known for hitting, Their pitching has been good, particularly out of bullpen, but when you don't do what you're known for well, it's going to be tough to win the games, and LSU has not been good offensively. Big spot here early in the game for Trey Morgan.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Diamond strikes him out. And the Tigers strand a runner at second base. So after one full inning, the Tigers here in the bottom half. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on. We move to the top of the second. It's a 1-0 Ole Miss lead here in Game 3 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Fans just like the winning lineup. Cintas has the all-star services for all your business needs. Everything from uniforms to kitchens and restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. 1-0 Ole Miss leads. Rebels back to the plate. It'll be McCants, Leatherwood, and Chatinier, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, as Jacob Hasty now will try to go at least a good distance in this game. The relief pitcher came in for Samuel Dutton, the starter, after giving up a first pitch double to the left center field wall back in the top of the first. Although, again, my gut tells me that was somewhat by design. The first pitch, maybe not. But we were expecting, based on what we've heard from Coach Johnson the last 2 weekends, to see Hasty early in this game, especially with 5 left-handed hitters in the starting lineup for Ole Miss. Speaking of which, TJ McCants, a left-hander, stands in. First pitch from Hasty, a called strike, and it's 0-1. McCants batting .246 on the year, covers plenty of ground out there in center field. The 0-1 fouled back into the screen. He falls behind 0-2. McCants 2 for 8 on the weekend, batting .250. Had a double, did drive in a run, scored a run as well.
McCants out of Cantonment, Florida, home of a former player and former coach here at LSU, Nolan Cain, who's from Cantonment.
Hasty, the left-hander, taking a little time here. Pitch count down to 8. And he'll wind and deliver. The 0-2 looked like McManus was set up outside. That pitch high and inside. And it makes it 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Hasty fires. Chopping ground ball. It's fair. Going to be handled behind the bag by Morgan. He'll toss to Hasty, and just a step ahead of the speedy McCants. They'll get out number 1. Boy, that was a close play. Morgan had to go way back behind the first base bag. He was right on the line. Played it nicely. Hasty, of course, quickly trying to get over there. But look at McCants burning down that line. Felt like he had a chance. Boy, it was close, but it looks like Hasty got his foot on the bag. There'll be no challenge from the Ole Miss dugout. And the first out of the inning will stand. That'll bring up Hayden Leatherwood. Leatherwood came in late in Game 1 yesterday in right field. Started Game 2 in right. And will do the same today in Game 3 on Sunday. Hasty delivers the breaking ball, smacked high in the air, down the line and right. But this one will, whoa, call it a fair ball. Looked like it was foul, but they'll say it got inside the foul pole, and Leatherwood, a solo home run to make it 2-0 Ole Miss.
Wow, with the naked eye, Chris, I thought that was well foul, but of course, first base umpire's got a better view than I do.
Yeah, it came just inside,
but
left of the foul pole, and then, I mean, what an angle it took to stay fair.
No argument from the LSU coaching staff, so apparently they all saw it, like first base umpire Alex Ransom saw it.
So Leatherwood with the solo shot extends the lead 2-0. Now 2 runs on 3 hits. Leatherwood with his 5th home run of the year. That'll bring Peyton Chatagnier, the second baseman, and he'll take a swing. Launch it to left center field. Cruz going back and to the wall, can't get to it. Comes off the top of the wall. Chatagnier into second base with a 1-out double. That's the second double of the weekend for Chatagnier. Give him a total on the season of 7 doubles on the year. Now all of a sudden Ole Miss continuing where they left off in game 2, and that was putting bat on the ball.
Yeah, Ole Miss getting a lot of good swings. I know one thing, I think Mr. Gavin and Mr. Dylan Cruz, Gavin Dugas and Dylan Cruz are happy that the outfield fence is padding at this point, because that was 2 hard shots by both those two guys, making strong efforts to come down with the baseball and just couldn't quite capture it.
Again, I think this is twofold for Jay Johnson to go after the mound. He wants to talk it over with Hasty, but he also wants to break up the rhythm here by Ole Miss after McCants was retired on the 3-1 ground out. Leatherwood with a solo home run just inside the foul pole and right. And then the very next pitch, Chatagnier drives one to the wall in left center for a double. So Jay Johnson employs that strategy a good bit, just to try to A, break up the rhythm, and B, go over some things with Jacob Hasty. That'll bring up Hayden Dunhurst, rather, the catcher. Dunhurst 2 of 8 this weekend with a couple of runs scored, 1 home run, 4 runs driven in. Another left-handed hitter. Hasty from the stretch now with Chatagnier dancing back at second base. He's off and running. The pitch high and inside, and got that steal safely into third base, I believe, on Hasty, as McManus with the pitch high and inside, moving to his right. He'd have to throw against his body. No throw was made, and Chatagnier makes his way into third base. That's his 6th stolen base of the year.
Yeah, good base runners will tell you it's easier to steal third base than second base, because you can get a better jump, and if you time the pitcher up correctly, it can be almost too easy.
The 1-0. Strike on the inside corner, belt high from Hasty, evens the count 1-1. 2-0 Ole Miss leads. Extra base hits for the Rebels, 2 doubles, 1 home run, part of their 4 hits. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses the outside corner. Dunhurst stays away, and it's 2-1.
Really good sharp off-speed pitch by Hasty. Just missed off the corner. That'd have been an excellent 0-2 or 1-2 pitch.
Runner at third, 1 out. 2-1 the count to Dunhurst. Hasty delivers, chopping ground ball, short hop. Thompson comes in, can't glove it, gets over his head, bounces off the heel of his glove into center field. Chatagnier comes in to score. It's now 3-0 Ole Miss. That looked like trouble right off the bat, as Thompson was playing fairly deep at short near the second base bag. But it took such a high hop, you knew it wasn't going to be much of a short hop to play, and just couldn't get close enough to it. And it hits the heel of the glove, goes straight over his head.
Well, that's the right play by Thompson, you've got to come in and charge that ball and get the short hop. He got the good hop. You either want to get the big, what they call Sunday hop or candy hop, or the short hop. He got the short hop. He just wasn't able to stick it. Rolled up the arm a little bit.
First error of the game for LSU. Leads to a run, still just one out. Dunhurst aboard on the air at first, and we'll see Justin Bench, who started the game. First pitch off the wall in left center. 3 runs on 4 hits for Ole Miss here in the top of the second inning. They've scored 3, 1 in the first, 2 in the top of the second. Hasty now will look the runner back to first in Dunhurst. Dunhurst, no stolen base attempts on the year. One and 0 the count to Justin Bench. Hasty to the plate, shows bunt, pulls it back, pitches low and away, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
LSU second baseman Cade Doty shaded over towards second base. Typically with the run, you want to play double play depth, so your shortstop and your second baseman are going to play closer to the bag when there's a runner at first base to allow the double play to happen, but Doty a little further over than normal.
2-0 the count to Bench. Hasty's pitch hammered down the line and left. This one though will hook foul. Another good piece of contact off the bat of Ole Miss. Already 22 hits in this series.
Yeah, Ole Miss not getting fooled a whole lot at the plate at this particular point. And hadn't gotten fooled a whole lot over the weekend.
19 runs, 22 hits thus far. 2-1 now the count to Bench. Bench upping his average just under 300, 299 as he stands in here. Hasty to the plate. Foul back into the screen. A Rotolo's foul ball evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans, if you want a little fun, then play Sapphire Sevens from the lottery. You could win up to $20,000. Just stop in at any lottery retailer, pick up Sapphire Sevens today for your chance to win and get your shine on. Must be at least 21 to purchase. Runner at first, 1 out, 3-0. Ole Miss leads. Here's the 2-2 breaking ball, ground ball, fair, third base way. Cranford picks it up, throws to second, a little behind the bag. Cade Doty with a nice stretch, able to hold on to record the second out of the inning. That one didn't make a sound off the bat of Bench, just a little tapper really that got to Cranford fairly quick. Again, the throw was off the mark, no chance to even begin to think about a double play. So with 2 outs, Gonzalez now to the plate. Gonzalez laid down the sac bunt to get Bench to third base, eventually coming in to score the first run of the ball game there in the top of the first.
Tip your hat to Doty on that last play. He didn't try to get the double play. He made sure of the first out. That could have been, trying to turn a double play and get nobody. That wouldn't have been a good situation.
Hasty now will throw over to keep an eye on Bench, who certainly has a propensity. He's 4 of 9 in stolen bases this year. And TJ McCants leads the Rebels, 10 of 14 in stolen bases. Rebels have attempted a number of stolen base attempts, but haven't had such a great record at it. Delivery from Hasty misses outside for ball 1, 1-0. Bench 4 of 9. Gonzalez 4 of 5. Even Tim Elko coming off that ACL injury from last year, where he continued to play and would take 8 to 9 minutes to get to first base. He's got 2 stolen bases on the year. Alderman 1 for 10. Again, Bench with a sizable lead off first against the left-hander Hasty, who will now decide to toss over and try to keep him closer to the first base bag. 1-0 the count to Gonzalez.
Yeah, if I remember right, Elko had the big knee brace as well, much like Trey Morgan is doing this year. Not sure if he went outside the pants or inside the pants with the brace, though.
If memory serves, up in Oxford, he had it outside.
That's what I thought too.
1-0 the count. Hasty again. Just a leisurely throw over to first. Trying to keep bench a little closer to first base here. Again, with 2 outs, got to concentrate on Gonzalez. Try to get back in the dugout. Down now 3-0 to Ole Miss. The 1-0 misses high. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, as much as you've seen Ole Miss make contact this weekend, as we mentioned, 22 runs on, or rather 19 runs on 22 hits so far. When you look back, it's really been the offense for LSU that has struggled. Ole Miss, again yesterday in game 2, 4-0 lead after 2. They had the big 5-run inning in the 4th. This pitch, breaking ball for a strike to make it 2-1. We'll get a hand from the crowd. My point being, LSU just haven't been able to put any pressure on the Ole Miss pitcher. Certainly not very much pressure on the Ole Miss defense at all. And again, in game 3 with a 3-run deficit, at some point you're going to have to swing the bat effectively. Here's another throw over to first. And again, I guess the long story is that I'm not throwing all on pitching. They certainly gave up the hits. They gave up the runs, although there were some errors yesterday. 3, in fact, in game 2. But as you said earlier, the offensive identity for LSU is making contact, putting up runs. That has to come into play at some point. Again, a lot of baseball left to play this afternoon. The 2-1 comes to the plate. It's fouled back into the screen. That'll even the count to Gonzalez. 2-2.
Hasty now at 30 pitches on the afternoon.
Yesterday, Riley Cooper, 25 pitches in his relief appearance. Again, typically under 30. We've seen him come back a second day. He may be available. We know Raiselman has not pitched this weekend. And tall Paul Gervais, who typically comes in late, also has not taken the mound. Another throw over to first, and again, bench back safely.
Riley Cooper's been effective all year. Just when you come back on a weekend after you've thrown the day before, typically, not always, but typically you're just not as sharp as you would be with that first appearance. Takes a toll on that arm throwing back-to-back days. Doesn't matter if it's 25 pitches, but you're right, Chris, under 30. We've seen him come back multiple times.
2 outs and the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Doty coming towards second base will grab it and toss it to Thompson, who catches it with his hand in the belly, but holds on for out number 3. Ole Miss, however, adds more to their lead. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error committed by the Tigers. And Ole Miss leaves 1 man on. We go now to the bottom of the 2nd. LSU trailing 3-0. Gonzalez, or check that, McManus, Stevenson, and Joe Baer coming to the plate for LSU when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network. We go to the bottom of the second inning. This inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Text home run to 31996 and get your Tiger tune-up from AccuTemp Services, proud partner of the LSU Tigers. Tyler McManus leads it off for LSU. They find themselves down 3-0 to Ole Miss. First delivery called strike on the inside corner from Diamond. McManus awaits, and the 0-1. Sent back, foul into the screen. Just like that, Diamond works ahead 0-2 on McManus. McManus 1 for 5 on the weekend. Coming off a really good weekend last time against Alabama, and of course continued that. Been hitting much better here of late, providing some offensive firepower. This one called strike on the inside, or rather missed on the inside corner, make it 1-2.
Yeah, coming into this weekend was hitting .438 in the last 10 games before the weekend, and had 3 homers last weekend at Alabama.
1-2, foul tip, but held on to by Dunhurst. There's been a number of those. Foul tip resulting in strikeout this weekend. Another one there, one gone as Diamond towards his second strikeout. And now we'll see Josh Stevenson.
Yeah, what's scary about this Ole Miss team is you heard Coach Johnson say it, that he feels like they're playing as good as anybody right now, and they're catching this Ole Miss team as hot as they've been all year. And Diamond, who started on the Friday nights for him, is a guy that you know's got the potential to be an electric pitcher.
This one a swing and a miss. Stevenson tried to hold back but couldn't do so. Now this is interesting. Gavin Dugas with the start in left field. Now the freshman Stevenson checks in. We talked about Gavin on the first pitch of the game slamming into the left center field wall. He stayed in there in the top of the second. Stevenson called strike 2. And Dugas able to get up and finish that top of the first. Maybe precautionary or maybe just a little banged up. Not sure at this moment, but Stevenson hitting for Dugas here. Down in the count 0-2, takes a swing, fouls it, fights it off, and stays alive at the plate. Stevenson this year is 52nd at bat. .216 average, 1 home run, 3 doubles on the year, driven in 7 runs. Eventually took over in left field for Dugas after the injury at Mississippi State several weeks ago. The 0-2 to Steve-O is fouled back into the screen, fights again, and it's still 0-2.
A good job by Stevenson of having some composure. Was trying to ask for time from the home plate umpire, Jeffrey Macias, and Macias did not grant it, and he got back in there and fouled off a good pitch. He fouled off 2 0-2 pitches here in the last two that were very good 0-2 pitches.
Another 0-2 and a swing and a miss. Got him to chase this one that tailed away from the left-hander. Diamond back-to-back punch-outs. He has 3 now in his start. 2 gone. We'll see Braden Joubert. Braden Joubert trying to get off the snide. He has struggled. He's 0 for 3 this weekend. Now in SEC play, batting just 179 overall for the year, a 252 average. Diamond ready to go. Joubert digs in, and the first pitch on the way. Off speed, misses low. 1-0.
It just missed, and it's still very early in the game. A lot of game left, but you gotta like the way Diamond's throwing the ball if you're an Ole Miss fan. You see why he probably was in that Friday night role. Got command of all his pitches at this moment.
1-0 is a ground ball to first. Going to be handled by Elko. Diamond covering at the bag, and another 3-1 ground out. And that'll end it for LSU. They go in order here in the bottom of the second inning. Top of the third coming up. Ole Miss leading in game 3, 3-0 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Top of the third inning in LSU. First 2 times at the plate. Unable to solve the riddle of Derek Diamond, the starter for the Rebels. Jacob Hasty will continue, start his third inning basically. After coming in after the first pitch of the game thrown by Samuel Dutton, the left-hander. Delivers to Elko and it misses low for ball 1, 1-0.
Elko, 6'4", 240 pounds. Senior out of Lutz, Florida.
1 ball, no strikes. Breaking ball doesn't break, misses outside from Hasty. It's 2-0. Now you start to become concerned if you're a Tiger fan. Without Jacob Berry, not sure when he will return with that hairline fracture in his right hand. And if Gavin Dugas, who had kind of come in back off of injury last weekend, provided a little bit of lift. That one a strike at the belt to make it 2-1. I wonder if maybe he is re-aggravated or injured something else after he went flying into the wall in the top of the first inning, again replaced by Stevenson out in the left field. Hastie's the 2-1. Misses inside to Elko to make it 3-1. Injuries part of the game. Every team has to go through it, it seems. But they do come at times that are very inopportune. Hasty, 3 balls, 1 strike to Elko. The pitch. Off the end of the bat, little capper back to the mound. Hasty got to come off quickly, picks it up, barehanded throw to first. Good time to get Elko 1 away. Morgan and Hasty, that's their third combination to record an out. With 1 away, that'll send up Kevin Graham. Graham had the single in the first inning. That injury list, it giveth and it taketh away throughout the year. If you look at Ole Miss, Kevin Graham missing 22 games out of the lineup, coming back over the last week or so. Big part of the series sweep over Missouri and Oxford last week. So Ole Miss benefiting from Graham returning. Pitch is high and inside from Hasty, make it 1-0.
Well, what you hope, as with any team, is when an injury hits your team, which inevitably it will, that it's nothing serious. We don't know how serious Berry's is or if he'll be back sometime this year, but you just hope you can hold it together when you have a star player or a guy that's your captain go out for a number of weeks. You hope you can keep it together until that guy gets back in the lineup. Hopefully LSU can do the same thing.
A 1-0 fastball misses a little high. Now 2-0 the count to Graham. Not a hitter you want to fall behind.
No, and it's a hot day today. Hasty taking his time. The tempos are probably not as quick and efficient as Jay Johnson would want it to be, but the name of the game is throwing strikes and getting outs. That's what Hasty has to bear down and do right now.
2-0 delivery. Breaking ball across the plate, but a little low. Will make it 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, you see the respect that they have. 2-0, they go to the breaking pitch to Graham. Got the 10 home runs. He can deposit one quickly if you're not careful.
3-0 delivery. Strike on the inside corner. 3-1.
90-mile-an-hour heater. That was his 40th pitch of the afternoon.
Three balls, 1 strike, 1 away. 3-0 Ole Miss leads. Hasty's 3-1. Breaking ball for a strike. That time at the knees. Graham just at the mercy. He was looking back immediately to see, did you call it a strike or a ball, because he thought it could go either way. As it turned out, Hasty got the nod from home plate umpire Jeffrey Macias. A full count now with 1 down. Payoff delivery. Breaking ball and a chopper towards second. On the high hop, Doty fields it. Eye level, then throws to first for out number 2. And exactly what Hasty wanted. Got behind in the count to a good hitter, Kevin Graham. Elicits the ground ball out 4-3 and 2 gone.
And they just weren't going to give in. Hasty went curveball after curveball after curveball. You saw it 2-0, you saw it 3-1, and then you saw it 3-2, and Graham just rolls over it. Nice, easy play for Doty.
Kemp Alderman to the plate. Alderman grounded out to Thompson at shortstop in the first inning. Fantastic play by Thompson to end it. On a diving play to his left as this first pitch from Hasty down in the dirt misses for ball 1.
No, LSU's defense has struggled this year. We know about those struggles, but Thompson can make some plays that a lot of shortstops out there can't make, and that was one of them earlier in the game.
Alderman out of Decatur, Mississippi, goes opposite field, ropes a line drive into right, but coming up and making the play with the glove is Josh Pearson for out number 3. So Ole Miss goes quietly in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, nobody reaches base. They still lead 3-0. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. LSU coming to the plate with Thompson, Cranford, and top of the order Pearson. After this on the LSU Sports Radio Network.
And then gets a ball out over the plate, and what I love about Pearson is it's a quick, short, compact swing, and he's not a big guy, but he generates a lot of bat speed and a lot of juice out of that swing. That pitch was, that ball was deposited halfway up the diamond deck on a rope.
So the freshman Pearson gets the Tigers in it. And now Dylan Cruz comes to the plate with just one out. Diamond winds the first pitch. Off speed out in front. Cruz with the swing and miss. It's 0-1.
Well, whatever Coach Johnson told him in the dugout, let's maybe do that again next inning.
The 0-1 misses down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dylan Cruz. Cruz a base hit left, stranded at second base back in the first inning. The 1-1 misses low and away again, off speed. 2-1.
Cruz, one of those electric players that when you watch him hit, he has maybe as much, if not more, power to the opposite field.
2-1, slap down the line, but foul left to the third base bag. Smoke down the line, but foul, even the count 2-2.
Usually you see power hitters really just like to try to pull the baseball. Of course, Cruz is a guy that what they call a 5-tool guy. So even though he's a power hitter, he's a hits for average, plays defense, can do it all, can run. So he can hit the ball out of the ballpark in any spot you need him to.
1 out and a 2-2 count. Tigers starting to get some contact now off Derek Diamond. See what the right-hander offers here. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Dylan Cruz does not agree. We'll have to get a look at that one again. Very close. Not sure if it caught the outer black or not.
I think it was just one of those pitches. Oh, yeah. That's just a pitcher's pitch. We got a replay of it here in the booth, and I got to tell you, it could have went either way. And I mean, that's one of those ones where you're never going to win if you're the umpire, because the pitcher wants it to be called a strike and the batter wants it to be called a ball. You'd think maybe a little home cooking could have got Dylan Cruz that pitch called a ball, but nonetheless, it was strike 3.
Kate Doty in with 2 outs. Again, the Tigers now trailing by just 1 run. Josh Pearson with a 2-run blast to right field. And credit Thompson with that infield single to get aboard to lead things off here in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 ground ball, worm burner to short, picked up by Gonzalez, comes up throwing to first in time for out number 3. But the Tigers are on the board, and right now we got a ball game. Ole Miss leads 3-2. The Tigers 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave nobody on. Top of the 4th inning coming up. 3-2 Rebels on the LSU Sports Radio Network. T.J. McCancel lead it off here in the top of the fourth inning. Ole Miss leading 3-2. The Tigers, though, with Josh Pearson's 7th home run of the year, 2-run variety, cut the lead 3-2 there in the bottom of the third inning. Jacob Hasty now looking for some shutdown points here in the top of the fourth. He was able to retire the Ole Miss Rebels without a run in order. Top of the third, McCants' first pitch driven deep to right field. Keeping an eye on it, and it is foul, right of the foul pole. Wow, McCants gave it a ride, and it took a while as Alex Ransom, our first base umpire, ran down the line, watched it closely, crouched down to make sure he had a good look. Not sure how that helped him, but at the last moment, it goes right of the foul pole.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on that one, Chris. The one earlier in the game, I kind of took my eyes off, and because I thought it was just clearly foul, but that one I was very focused on, and it was definitely a foul ball. So good call there.
McCants will come back. 0-1 the count. Hasty kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses down and away. 1-1 to McCants.
Hasty had 45 pitches on the afternoon. LSU does have guys down in the bullpen, just sitting down though. Nobody's up and throwing.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball again. Down and away. McCants couldn't hold back. And Hasty ahead now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This Ole Miss team, when you look at them offensively, up until really that first win against Arkansas 2 weeks ago up in Fayetteville, they took able to pick up 1 win. Lose that series 2-1, but they've been very pedestrian offensively. Of course, not the case this weekend. The 1-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Wow. Nothing a left-handed hitter can do with that pitch. Coming at you and then breaks over the inside corner. Hasty with the punch out, 1 away. That's his first strikeout in relief. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
And that curveball kind of backed up on Hasty, but caught a lot of the inside corner, and sometimes those are tougher to hit than the pitch that's breaking away off the plate.
Leatherwood had the home run that just got inside the foul pole in right. Takes a swing and a miss at a breaking ball that got away from McManus. And it's 0-1 now to Leatherwood. Leatherwood on the year with 5 home runs, 6 doubles, 1 triple, hitting .266. The 0-1. And a breaking ball that Leatherwood had ideas but holds back. Evens the count 1-1.
You see how they're pitching the lefties in this Ole Miss lineup. I mean, Hasty, who his best pitch is that good off-speed pitch, and as you said, Chris, he can throw a couple different variations of that, but he is leaning heavily on the off-speed pitches to left-handers.
1-1 across the plate with the bender, and it's 1-2. Hasty on the season came in today with a 1.06 ERA. .79 in SEC appearances. 1 out and a 1-2 count to Leatherwood. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Leatherwood. 2 gone. Hasty with back-to-back strikeouts. And starting to find his groove. And again, you understand why Jay Johnson wanted to go to Jacob Hasty at some point in this game. It happened to be after the first pitch of the game. But with 5 lefties still, Mike Bianco keeping those in the lineup. Again, he's given up some hits. Gave up the home run to Leatherwood in his last at bat, but it comes back to strike him out there. And it's a different ball game now. 3-2, Ole Miss leading. As we'll see, Chatinier, who had a double, came around to score in the second to make it a 3-0 lead as that one sails outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, with LSU putting up 2 in the bottom of the third to get it to a 1-run game, it's super important inning. You hear Doug talk about a lot of these pitching coaches, or coaches in general, about the shutdown inning, the next inning, not letting Ole Miss get back put runs back up on the board. But throwing that 0 up there, and with 2 quick outs, it's important for Hasty to get that third one and get his Tiger team back in the dugout.
Chatagnier batting .229 on the year off the double. Here's a check swing foul ball down the first base line to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chatagnier, though, has really hit the ball well. He's got 3 hits, 3 of 7 on the weekend against LSU pitching, including 2 doubles and 4 runs scored. So to your point, Buzzy, it will not be easy. Hasty will have to bear down here with 2 outs. Chatagnier is seeing the baseball very well here in Baton Rouge. The 1-1. Low and skips off the plate to make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Both teams a little more traditional defensively this weekend. We've noticed very few, if any, defensive shifts for either the Tigers or the Rebels. 2-1, swing and a miss. Chatagnier off balance, chasing that one down in the zone, and it's 2-2. Now that's really no surprise for Mike Bianco. Doug told me Friday night, and then again both games that finished up yesterday. No surprise, Bianco's not a big shift guy. Although you hear a lot of talk that, again, major leagues, minor leagues may ban the shift, and we all know that college baseball kind of takes its cue from the higher levels. We'll see if that lasts. 2 outs and a 2-2 count to Chatagnier. Hasty fires, and it's low, blocked up by McManus. That'll fill the count 3-2 as Hasty takes a little trip around the mound.
A little bit of an overthrow there possibly from Hasty. 93-mile-an-hour fastballs. Those, if you're McManus, those are the ones you don't really want to block. Spiked fastballs are never easy on the body.
Two outs. Chatagnier at the plate. Crowd into it. The payoff delivery. Swing and a miss. Got away from McManus. Chatagnier, plenty of speed. He will make it down to first. And that one came back to bite LSU in game 1 of this series. Hilliard had recorded the strikeout, but it got away from McManus, allowed the runner to stay aboard, and eventually led to a big inning in Friday night's start of game 1. A 4-run second inning on Friday night, and that one again will stick in your crawl if you're Jacob Hasty, Tyler McManus, and certainly head coach Jay Johnson. You had him done. Now Chatagner's aboard, and Hayden Dunhurst at the plate. He got aboard on an error that scored a run back in the second inning.
Well, you hope it doesn't come back to haunt LSU in this inning, but that's kind of the point I was trying to make. You get the 2 quick outs, and you can't quite close the door in the inning, and it could possibly come back to bite you. Hopefully it doesn't here for LSU.
Hasty delivers, and the bender across the plate. 0-1 to Dunhurst.
As you said, Chris, Chatagnier 5 of 7 in stolen bases on the year. The left-handed pitcher Hasty, 2 outs. If he does run, it will be first move as soon as he sees Hasty pick the leg up.
Looks over to first. Now Hasty will throw over. Chatagnier slides back safely. 0-1 the count to Dunhurst. Yeah, if you're Jacob Hasty, you get the strikeout. Suddenly you look up. Chatagner's at first. There's still 2 outs on the board, and you got to face another Ole Miss Rebel here. This one misses outside with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, not only that, the pitch count is starting to get up there, and had the hitter out. Now possibly throw another 8 to 12 pitches in the inning, where you could have the jacket on, taking it easy in the dugout.
Takes mental toughness here to fight through it. Hasty going to try with a 1-1 count, 2 outs, runner at first. Pitch This time missing the inside corner with that breaking ball that forced Dunhurst out, and that one had break, which we've seen before. Dunhurst would have been 3 feet away from the plate and it would have been a strike, but it didn't break enough, and it's 2-1. Hasty, the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that one down low. McManus fires up. Looks to first, but holds on to the baseball. Will return it back to Hasty. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And these Tiger fans are going to make some noise here, trying to lift Hasty up. Try to get in the ear hole of Dunhurst at the plate. Trying to get the Tigers back in the dugout. Keep it a 1-run game, 3-2. And before that, Hasty will throw over. Chatagnier will slide back head first to the bag.
Yeah, you got to believe Hasty's going to go with the bread and butter. He's been off speed heavy to left-handers. I don't see why this would be any different.
Hasty comes set. Lefty on lefty matchup with 2 outs. Runner at first. The 2-2. Nope. He'll throw over to first. Chatagnier. It's an interesting head first slide. He slid towards the bag and ended up parallel with the first base bag. So we'll try it again. Hasty comes set, the left-hander to the plate. The 2-2 breaking ball hangs up, lifted in the air to right, down the line, and it is again foul. You could hear the sound of the fans here at the box after it came off the bat. Luckily, it's a foul ball, keeps it 2-2.
Well, and that off-speed pitch hung up and allowed Dunhurst to put a pretty good swing on it. I was fair for a long, long time until the very end. I was blowing it foul from up here, and it didn't miss by much.
Pearson, by the way, was playing shaded towards right center, so as he came running, he had a long way just to watch that ball go foul. And again, Hasty will to throw over to first. Chatagnier again is back safely. Ole Miss 1 run in the top of the first, added 2 in the top of the second to make it a 3-0 ball game after 2. Then after 2.5, LSU plating 2 runs in the bottom of the third, making a game 3-2. 2-2 delivery. The breaking ball fouled off. That was the pitch Hasty wanted. And the backside curve to the left-handed hitter, just getting something on it. In fact, Dunhurst, it appeared, Buzzy, almost had to step out of the plate just to make contact.
Yeah, he was in swing mode because that pitch is not going to be a strike. And as you said, Chris, I thought maybe it might even had a chance of hitting him if he wasn't careful. But a good job with 2 of fouling off a tough pitch.
We'll see if Hasty goes back to the breaking ball well here. The 2-2. Ooh. Went with the fastball, and it was low. 3-2 now the count.
And Hasty really all afternoon has been, now he's been throwing more off-speed pitches, more breaking balls, so this is probably not going to be all that crazy of a comment, but really the curveball he's had more command with than the fastball.
There's no doubt about it. When he's gone to the fastball, it's missed low. Now we get a pitch clock warning to Hasty from our home plate umpire Jeffrey Macias, seconded by third base umpire Derek Malika. So a full count to Dunhurst. Payoff pitch misses low, and ball 4. Dunhurst battles his way to a base on balls, and with 2 outs now, runners first and second. And we see some personnel starting to move down in the LSU dugout. Again, that pitch count becoming a factor. 65 pitches thrown, 39 strikes, 26 balls for Jacob Hasty, and now Jay Johnson as we see some toiling down in the right field bullpen. And it appears Raiselman is up now and throwing. Jay Johnson going to go out. A slow walk to the mound.
You don't want to keep harping on it, but you know, it was should have been a really quick inning and a really efficient inning, with Chatagnier getting on first base with a strikeout and a pitch that got away from McManus, and now Dunhurst walks. Now the inning becomes a very difficult inning, and one that LSU has to really bear down and try to get out of.
Again, that was a very slow walk by Jay Johnson by design, as Raiselman up now. Again, throwing quickly before they get the catcher down. He takes a few throws from the bump, but I can certainly tell you Mike Bianco, if you ask Coach, he would tell you he appreciates and respects that slow walk that Jay Johnson has. Bianco, long time known for his mimicking of his head coach Skip Bertman, who by design could take some time to get out there. Jay Johnson has mastered that very well.
Yeah, I wonder who Jay watched all his growing up, if he has anybody tries to walk. I tell you, it's kind of Skip-ish from Jay Johnson. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you'd think that could be Mike Bianco, as they have similar body types.
So Raiselman now with the catcher down starts to throw. Jay Johnson does what he wanted to do, was give Raiselman some time to get a little warmer here, should he have to call upon the hard-throwing right-hander with runners first and second after the Tigers recorded two very quick outs. With 2 outs to the plate comes Bench, the top of the order. Had a double to start the game, came around to score in the first. Got a board on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Hasty misses low, 1-0. Again, buzzing. 2 quick outs, 2 strikeouts, and then a third strikeout, but no. Got away from McManus. And Chatagnier easily made it to first, and he has started this 2-out rally. This pitch misses low. It's now 2-0 to Bench.
Well, it becomes the little things that actually aren't all that little in the game of baseball, and that's why playing any team, it's hard to overcome just little mistakes, but playing a good ball club like an Ole Miss, it becomes really tough to overcome miscues.
2-0 the count. Chatagnier at second, Dunhurst at first. Hasty's 2-0 pitch. Missed low and inside for ball 3. And that's not going to please Tiger fans who thought it caught the corner. So now 3-0 with 2 men on. Got Gonzalez waiting on deck should Bench arrive. Then you start getting into some real trouble with Elko and Graham waiting in the wings. In other words, find the third out quickly. And now Hasty will turn, look back to second to get Chatagnier back to the bag.
Well, Gonzalez on deck is a left-hander. You would think with Hasty approaching 70 pitches, if Bench were to get on, he would definitely have maybe one more hitter left than Gonzalez.
A 3-0 count to Bench, and the pitch low and inside, ball 4. Hasty now second base on balls given up, and Ole Miss quietly but not quietly have loaded the bases with 2 outs.
At plate for the Rebels.
Again, they've loaded the bases, fans, without a hit. A strikeout with a wild pitch and 2 base on balls. And now McManus going to call for time. And I don't know, Buzzy, if Gonzalez will face Hasty or not.
Yeah, not sure. I saw you see Jay Johnson on the what would you call it, a walkie-talkie, I guess.
Yep.
And he's giving orders to McManus to go out there, and essentially it's like him going out there, but he's using McManus to relay the conversation
as the proxy. Yes. So Jay Johnson will stay in the dugout. McManus will come back to the plate, and Gonzalez will at least initially see a first pitch offering from Jacob Hasty. Ole Miss leading 3-2. They have the bases loaded here in the top of the 4th inning. Hasty, lefty on lefty, throws to Gonzalez. Hit in the air to center field. Dylan Cruz circles around, comes over underneath it, has it, and that will do it. So Ole Miss threatens, but Hasty and the Tiger defense keep it a 1-run game. No runs, no hits. They leave 3 men on. Mark that down in your notes. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Tigers coming to the plate. Morgan, McManus, and Stevenson when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. (3-2) our score. Ole Miss leading by a run. LSU coming to the plate now. Tigers made it interesting there in the top half of the 4th inning. Ole Miss would strand 3 runners with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Morgan to lead it off. First pitch, high and deep to right field. It is in the diamond deck. See ya. Trey Morgan ties the game with a leadoff home run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Morgan goes deep and wastes little time on the pitch offered up by Derek Diamond. Home run number 5 for the Tiger first baseman. And we're all knotted up at 3 apiece.
Not a way to start off bottom of the 4th inning, as he got a pitch that was looked like it was down at the knees and not necessarily golfed it out of the ballpark, but put a good swing on it down in the zone and was able to lift it out into the diamond deck.
So that changes things. And how big was leaving 3 runners stranded for Ole Miss there in the top of the 4th, allowing Morgan to get to the plate with a 1-run game and tie it all up. Tyler McManus now will stand in, but he'll call for time and step out. Ole Miss buzzing now, getting 2, a lefty and a right-hander, up and throwing down in the bullpen.
Yeah, we'll get you some names here when we get a number.
First delivery from Diamond to McManus. Fastball in at the hands, but the inside corner, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery. McManus fouls it back, a Rotolo's foul ball, and it's 0-2. Diamond on the year. His 10th home run given up.
Left-handed pitcher John Gaddis is down in Ole Miss's bullpen playing catch.
The 0-2, opposite field ground ball to second. Coming over, making the play is Chatinier. He will throw to first in time to retire McManus, and 1 gone. Now hold the phone. Right now, LSU out hitting Ole Miss here in game 3. 3 runs on 5 hits. The Rebels 3 runs on 4 hits. And you know, you talked about that 2 quick outs for Ole Miss in the top of the 4th, then the strikeout and the wild pitch that allowed Chotney to get on board. Suddenly the bases were loaded, extended the pitch count for Jacob Hasty. I think you would trade that in the fact you came away, no more damage done, and keep the momentum there for LSU as Morgan certainly provided Ole Mo's. This pitch to Stevenson misses for ball 1, 1-0. Stevenson in replacement of Gavin Dugas, who we believe appears to have been shaken up on that play out in left center to start the game. So Stevenson called into action here. The 0-1 ground ball foul, first base side. Rotolo's foul ball gets him behind in the count 0-2. Stevenson, by the way, a strikeout victim his first time up when he came to bat in the second.
So the left-hander Gaddis for Ole Miss is getting loose. Right-hander is 56 Jack Washburn.
One out, the 0-2 to Stevenson. Diamond floats this one outside, 1-2.
Got a little time. I'll give you a scoreboard update presented for the people by Caesar Sportsbook. Bottom of the 6th, Texas A&M looking to sweep Mississippi State. They lead that game 3-1. Top of the 6th in Columbia, South Carolina. Kentucky over South Carolina at the moment, 4-1. Vanderbilt and Arkansas are scoreless, and they are delayed in the top of the 1st inning.
They have had to navigate weather up in Fayetteville all weekend as this one fouled off the bat of Stevenson toward the third base dugout of Ole Miss. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans get low rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer. Test drive a Kubota today. 1 out, a 1-2 count to Stevenson. Hit in the air, foul territory between home and third base. Coming in is Bench, also coming in is Dunhurst. Eventually the third baseman calls off the catcher Dunhurst and makes the play for out number 2. So Stevenson retired.
Lyman went to looked like the changeup. Just had Stevenson way out in front. Razelman continuing to get hot down in LSU's bullpen.
Something tells me we're going to see him in the top of the 5th.
Absolutely.
Again, I think by design. I'm not sure. Again, the pitch count a little high on Hasty, but again, I think 4 innings was kind of the plan for Hasty. Joe Bear, first pitch ground ball hit to Elko, takes it on the hop and will step on the bag unassisted for out number 3. However, the Tigers do tie the game up. Trey Morgan, solo shot to right, and it's a 3-3 ball game. So 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left on. We go now to the top of the 5th inning in game 3, all tied at 3 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tiger fans, StubHub, the easiest way to experience every Tiger game. Just check the virtual view, score your seats, and then get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub, the official ticket marketplace of LSU Athletics. StubHub, be there. 3-3 our score. Top of the fifth. Ole Miss coming to the plate. Leading things off will be Tim Elko, 0 for 2 on the day. Had an RBI with a ground out in the first inning and grounded back out to the pitcher Jacob Hasty in the third inning. And we will go and see Eric Razelman take over on the mound. Third pitcher of the day for LSU. First appearance on the weekend.
Razelman, 6'2", 188-pound sophomore, making his 25th appearance of the year. He's 1-1 with a 2.51 ERA and 32 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 21 hits, 9 earned runs, 13 walks, and 52 strikeouts. Yes, 52 strikeouts in 32 1/3 innings. Opponents are hitting 175 off of him.
So Elko will stand in. Certainly a change of pace here with Razelman coming in, placing the left-handed Jacob Hasty. Razelman should be good and rested. And the first pitch high and inside the appeal down to first. Elko did not go around. Razelman fires it in there at 97 on the gun.
I think this is as good a time as any for Razelman to maybe reach the career max in velocity. Good hot day. He's well rested, as you said, Chris.
The 1-0. Louisiana Bayou with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-1 now to Elko.
Razelman now tied with Riley Cooper for most appearances of the year with 25.
The 1-1, swing and a miss. Another 97 on the gun, and it's 1-2. Nope, they'll take that one to 98. Radar gun a little slow to catch up with that fastball from Razelman, as was Elko. 1-2 the count. Eric kicks, and the 1-2 misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hasty, as we told you, went very off-speed heavy in his appearance. Not going to see a whole lot of off-speed from Razelman, and you shouldn't when you throw the ball with the velocity he throws at.
The 2-2 delivery, fouled back by Elko. Bertolo's foul ball will keep it 2-2. Elko leading off the inning in a tie game 3-3. The 2-2 swung on and fouled back again.
Elko with 2 hits on the weekend. Those 2 hits were the 2 homers.
Home runs on the year for Elko. There's a breaking ball and swatted into right field. Elko takes the 2-2 pitch and the leadoff man aboard for Ole Miss. We've seen Razelman try to work on the off-speed pitch to add a secondary pitch to the blazing fastball. That one just hung up and a little high in the zone, but Elko still able to get the hands around and swat it opposite field.
That was a gift for Elko when he saw that thing come in there at 82 instead of 97. His eyes lit up, and I'm not going to let this one go. This is the only good pitch I may get all at bat, and he drove it in the right field.
Swing by Graham on the first offering, popped up to left field. Stevenson coming in. He'll wait for it, and he'll have it out number 1. Elko back to first, and there's 1 gone. Yeah, you better believe you get that breaking ball, especially up in the zone.
Right.
That is certainly the pink unicorn you don't see very often from Eric Raiselman. So with one away, we'll see Kemp Alderman ground out and a fly out today. Elko takes the lead off first. Not much of a threat to run, although he does have 2 stolen bases on the year. As this pitch somehow misses with the fastball. Maybe low, maybe a tad outside. It's 1-0, but Raiselman works very quickly. Ball comes back. He leans in, looks in, wants to get the sign and get going. He comes set. 1-0 to Alderman. Fastball misses high. 2-0.
You said it earlier in the game, Elko down at first base. Not a blazer by any means in stolen bases. He is 2 of 2 on the year. So when he does run, he's got a good success rate.
2-0 delivery. Low and away now. 3 balls, no strikes to Alderman. If I had to guess, I would say Elko's very good at reading the pitch, and maybe he's been able to
Swipe one like that. Huh?
Yeah, that's just a guess.
You don't think Coach Bianco's putting on the straight steel for a big Elko anytime soon? I got you.
That would be surprising. The 3-0. Take is on. It's a strike down the middle. Letter high at 3-1.
Alderman with home run potential as well with 7 on the year. Got to be careful.
(3-1). Strike on the outside corner. Alderman knew he could do very little with that one. At the kneecap on the outer black, and it fills the count 3-2. So Raiselman looking for a payoff pitch here after getting behind early. Runner goes, hit in the air to center field. Cruz having to backtrack on the run. He's going to watch it go over the wall. And Alderman goes deep for his 8th home run of the year, and Ole Miss back on top. A 2-run shot makes it 5-3 Rebels.
Yeah, you just got to tip your hat to Alderman. I mean, that ball's hit to the deepest part of the ballpark. Ball out over the plate, up, fastball's up, and that's the one thing. Raiselman supplying the power as a hitter. It's hard to do because you want to try to speed up yourself, but in reality, you need to let the fastball do the work, and you just stay short and sweet to the baseball. That's what Alderman did.
So with 1 out and a 5-3 Ole Miss lead, TJ McCann stands in. He'll take a swipe at a fastball up in the zone, come up empty. It's 0-1. Ole Miss's bats have been alive this weekend. Now with 5 runs on 6 hits. Pitch misses inside. Second home run of the day for the Rebels. It's 1-1.
This is the type of game you can get here on these hot days in Louisiana when the ball's flying. You've already seen Ole Miss with 2 home runs.
LSU with 2 home runs.
LSU's got a couple exactly. So ball's leaving the yard.
The 1-1 popped up down the first base line. Morgan, and I think Raiselman calling for it, and nobody gets to it, and it drops in foul territory. Raiselman was wanting to make a play on it. Morgan was coming down the line. He stopped. Looked like Trey was trying to get the pitcher to yield. But Trey looks a little frustrated here.
I think Trey lost it in the sun, Chris. As soon as that ball went up, he didn't really know where it was, and he kind of just put his hands up and was hoping. The pitcher never needs to make that play, but I think Trey Morgan was saying, hey, I'm not sure I see it. Or that's what I took from up here.
I think
but
you're right.
Raiselman wasn't going to be the guy, so it either had to be Doty coming over or McManus, and that was going to be a tough play all the way around when Trey Morgan lost it.
McCann's back at the plate. The 1-2, a little soft tapper to third. Cranford fields it on one hop. Gets it across the diamond in time to Morgan for out number 2. Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Morgan, when he crossed the first base bag, indicated he did not know where it was. Nobody else was in the vicinity except for Raiselman, so Raiselman tried his best, but as you said, that's not a play a pitcher is supposed to make. And I don't think Raiselman intended to, but he heard his first baseman call out he didn't know where the ball was, so he tried to make a stab at it. Nonetheless, it was a foul ball, and eventually they get the 5-3 ground out. That'll bring Hayden Leatherwood, who had the home run, back in the second inning. 1 of 2 today for the Rebels. Strikeout victim to Hasty in the 4th inning. First pitch from Raiselman misses. It's 1-0. This one misses the outside corner. Off speed from Raiselman. Make it 2-0. Didn't miss by much. (2-0) inside, gets away from McManus, and it's 3-0.
Raiselman over 20 pitches in his first inning of work. Sits at 21.
(3-0) outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk gets Leatherwood aboard. And Ole Miss has done a great job this weekend, really waiting on their pitches. Hasty may have had the most effective breaking ball for strikes, and that includes Mikael Hilliard, who again only got to pitch 3 innings on Friday night. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Chatagner's been effective, and he swings at the first pitch, pops it up foul territory near the dugout of Ole Miss, and it will get behind the screen, come off the top of the dugout, out of play, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Ole Miss hitters, as you said, Chris, all weekend and today, making LSU earn every out that they get. They're putting together good at bats and just making these LSU pitchers having to really work.
Two outs, runner at first, an 0-1 count to Chatagner. And there's a strike on the outer half. Raiselman gets ahead 0-2.
And as a hitting coach, that's really should be your philosophy, or is a lot of them's philosophy, is just put together good at bats, make the pitcher have to earn everything he gets, and put good swings on the baseball. You can't control really anything else.
The 0-2 fastball in the air to left. Stevenson going back to the track. He will run out of room, and Chatagner with a 2-run blast, and Ole Miss, the long ball doing the damage. 7-3 is Chatagner with his 8th home run of the year, and he has been deadly against LSU this weekend.
Well, for Raiselman,
Catcher Hayden
he gives up his 5th home run of the year. And just like Alderman, Chatagner got a ball over the plate, and the power is there. As I've said before, you just got to get the barrel of the baseball out, and ball will fly.
Dunhurst to the plate. This pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Another big inning for Ole Miss, and they've had their share this weekend. 4 runs already in. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 7-3 Rebels lead. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-1. If Ole Miss can replicate this over the next couple of weeks, they certainly have a shot in the postseason. The 1-1. Swing and a foul tip. It's 1-2.
Well, you see why earlier in the year Ole Miss was as high as number 1 in the country, and they struggled kind of mid part of the year and have gotten hot here late. But you can see this is a quality ball club.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. Raiselman with the strikeout. records his first in relief, and it ends it for Ole Miss. But another big inning. 4 runs on 3 hits. 2 2-run homers, and Ole Miss now leads 7-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. LSU will have Thompson, Cranford, and Pearson coming up on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Ole Miss already clinching the series, just their second time to take a series since 1992 here in Baton Rouge, and right now leading 7-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Trying to do something they've never done in this series against LSU, and that's sweep a series in Baton Rouge. Jordan Thompson will lead it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 5th. Got a board on an infield single to kind of get things started for LSU in the 3rd. Tigers plated 2 runs to make it a 3-2 game. They eventually would tie it up on Trey Morgan's solo home run. First delivery from Diamond, a called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike as the Tigers come to the plate here in the bottom of the 5th. Brought to you by Rouse's, your fresh seafood headquarters. Tigers down by 4. 1-1 from Diamond. Off speed and a strike to make it 1-2.
Gervais starting to warm up in LSU's bullpen. Ole Miss still with double barrel action down in their bullpen, left-hander and the right-hander Washburn.
The 1-2 pitch to Thompson, way outside from Diamond, evens it up 2-2. Swung on foul to keep it a 2-2 count by Thompson. Breaking ball inside to the right-hander.
You've heard me say it before, but LSU doesn't have to get all of them back in 1 inning, but you definitely want to start putting some pressure on this Ole Miss pitching staff, in particular Diamond, and get on base, maybe scratch 1 or 2 with 5 at-bats left. Still got plenty of time.
2-2. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner with a breaking ball. Diamond, 5th strikeout. And you know, one of the things Jay Johnson told me this week about the concern of Ole Miss and how they've been playing well of late after dropping from #1 about 5 weeks ago was figuring out the pitching rotation, especially the starters. Dylan DeLucia started the game on Friday, would come back, go 7 innings in that resuming of game 1 yesterday. He was effective with 9 strikeouts. The starter Hunter Elliott yesterday, 6 2/3. He was dominant. And now you're seeing Diamond. Here's one laced to left field, coming in. Graham hits off the top of his glove and Sails onto the wall. Cranford around second, on his way to third. The throw is just knocked down as Bench got clipped by Cranford coming into third base. He just able to knock the ball down. Otherwise, that one gets loose. Coach Bianco and the training crew now coming out to take a look at Bench. But how about Collier Cranford? He's hit the ball well 2 or 3 times in this series. That time laced it. Graham, again, one of the difficult plays as an outfielder is coming towards the infield, running, trying to catch a fly ball that's coming at you. And it just hit off the top of the glove. Graham spills out face first. Has to then go track it down, and Cranford, no doubt, around first, around second, and easily sliding into third with a 1-out triple.
Yeah, Cranford may not have hit a ball that hard in his life, as that ball was rising as it got to Graham in left field. And it tricked Graham, as I think he thought he was going to have to dive forward, and Tigers will take it as they need to get a good break there. See if he can't capitalize with Pearson.
Very big for Cranford in the 9 spot to deliver the triple with 1 out. Now you get to the top of the order, and Josh Pearson, 1 for 2, had the 2-run blast to right field back in the 3rd inning. Get the Tigers within 1 run. As now Cranford, I think, a little shaken up down there. He's leaning over as Coach Fitzgerald talking to him, and he called for time. May have knocked the wind out of himself on the slide.
I don't know if he's feeling well, Chris. I think
he did quite the belly flop into third, and he's going to make it. He says he's all right. Just needs 1 more second or 2. He'll put the lid back on. So we're all set with 1 out. Pitch to Pearson, way outside from Diamond, and it's 1-0. Cranford will take his lead off third. 7-3 Ole Miss leads. Top of the order now at the plate in Pearson. The 1-0 sent back into the screen foul. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ole Miss playing back in the infield, going to give up an out for a run. Third baseman Bench is playing about even with the bag, so he may have a play at home if Cranford were to go first move.
The 1-1 outside from Diamond, make it 2-1. Diamond fairly efficient in the first couple of innings. This will be his 58th pitch, the 2-1. Into the alley, left center field. This one going back. It will take a bounce on the track, come off the wall. Cranford will score, an RBI double off the bat of Josh Pearson. The Tigers make it a 7-4 ball game. Pearson with his 7th double of the season. Mash that pitch off of Derek Diamond.
How about that for a freshman hitter in the leadoff spot? Takes the ball, deposited it in right field on his last at bat for a 2-run homer, and just does the professional thing and stays the other way to left center on a pitch there. So hitting the ball all over the ballpark is Pearson at this point.
So Coach Mike Bianco, the slow trot out to the mound, but he took about 8 steps and called for the bullpen. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll tell you about the new Rebel pitcher. Derek Diamond is done. LSU trying to climb back in this one. 7-4 Rebels lead. Tigers have 1 out and a runner at second when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Back here at the box, bottom of the 5th inning. Ole Miss still leading 7-4, but LSU trying to get back in this one. All started after 1 out in the inning. Collier Cranford lines one to left field. Kevin Graham coming in, misjudged it off the top of his glove. Sailed on into the wall, allowed Cranford to reach third. Then Josh Pearson to the plate would drive one to the track in left center, scoring Cranford. Pearson now down at second, and Dylan Cruz to the plate, and he will face number 55, Wes Burton, a right-handed reliever for the Ole Miss Rebels.
Wes Burton, 6'8", 235-pounder out of Santa Monica, California, making his 6th appearance of the year. He has a 15.43 ERA in 2 1/3 innings pitched. 1 hit, 4 runs, 8 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Going to throw the ball 90 miles an hour, can touch at 91, and it's going to be a lot of fastballs.
First pitch is a fastball, strike on the inside corner at 91, and it's 0-1. Burton in SEC play, making just his 2nd appearance. Giving up 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts in SEC play. Pearson down at second, 1 out. The 0-1 to Cruz. Oh, a strike at the letters. Second time we've seen Dylan Cruz not quite agree with the strike zone. Last time it was a strike 3 off the plate. But it's 0-2 now to Cruz. The 0-2 pitch way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Burton will struggle with command at times. Listed as a fastball slider pitcher. The slider is more of a slurve. And again, he'll throw it ahead in the count, but it won't be much. He's going to come at you with a lot of fastballs.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Cruz. The pitch popped up in the air, center field. Wind going to carry it to right center. McCants coming over. Now Leatherwood will make the call. And the catch. The right fielder gets the 2nd out. But moving over to third, tagging up is Josh Pearson. So with 2 outs, another run just 90 feet away. And it will be Cade Doty. Doty looking for something. He's 0 for 1 today. Again, 0 for 8 this weekend.
I know I said we don't have to get them all back in 1 inning. We've already got 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. I wouldn't mind getting 2 here.
And before Cade comes to the plate, Jay Johnson going to bring him over, call a timeout, meet on the on-deck circle. He and Trey Morgan, along with Coach Johnson, talking it over here with Pearson down at third. LSU now 4 runs on 6 hits. Got down early 3-0. Made it a 3-2 game after 3 innings. Tied the game after 4, 3-all before Ole Miss plated 4 runs in the top half of this frame. So the meeting on the on-deck circle all broken up. Cade Doty now will come to the plate. Infield for the Rebels, playing straight up to the right-handed hitter. Burton fires and misses away. 1-0.
Got to make a correction. So they had Burton on there, and that we're giving you all the stats for Burton. It's actually Jack Washburn. Jack Washburn actually making his 12th appearance of the year. He has a 3.15 ERA, and he's 4-2.
The 1-0. That's a strike on the outside corner from Washburn to make it 1-1.
I was giving you all of Burton's numbers, but Washburn a tick shorter, so he's not 6'8". Washburn's 6'2", 211 pounds, and similar scouting report. Going to be 89 to 91. He'll touch at 92, and actually his slider is a good pitch.
1-1, hammered to left. This time Graham, though, has it. Moves to his left, puts a glove on it for out number 3. LSU plates a run in the bottom of the 5th inning. They do it on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on. They make it a 3-run ball game. It's now 7-4 Ole Miss. We head to the top of the 6th here at the box after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 7-4 our score. Ole Miss holding on to the lead here, trying to go for the clean sweep in Baton Rouge. Never been done before by a Rebel squad in a 3-game series here in the capital city. LSU gets 1 run across in the bottom of the 5th. Still work left to do. 7 runs, 7 hits for Ole Miss. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Tigers, and 1 error on the field. Tall Paul Gervais comes in. Raiselman will head to the showers, and Gervais will come in. He'll face for Ole Miss. Top of the order bench, Gonzalez and Tim Elko.
Gervais making his 23rd appearance of the year. He's 2-1 with a 2.33 ERA and 27 innings pitched. Giving up 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 8 walks, and 41 strikeouts.
First delivery from Gervais, slapped down the line and drops in fair in the left field corner. Stevenson having to run a mile to pick it up, and easily in with the double is Bench, his second 2-bagger of the day. And Gervais gives up the double, and Bench at second base, and Ole Miss quickly right back with a scoring potential here in the top half of the 6th inning.
Yeah, Bench not wasting any time as jumping on pitches early in the count. And that one just stayed fair down the left field line.
Again, what a difference a couple of weeks makes if you're Ole Miss. Gonzalez at the plate. First pitch off speed from Gervais, misses outside. Gonzalez 0 for 2 today. Did reach on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Laid down a sac bunt in the 1st and flied out to Dylan Cruz in center field in the 4th inning. Bench led off the top of the 1st with a double. Leads off the top of the 6th with a double. This pitch inside slides Gonzalez off the plate. It's 2-0. 2-0. Sent back into the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Give you the final line for Raiselman now that Gervais is on. He threw an inning of work, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Hasty, before Raiselman, went 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
2-1 pitch. Fouled back, catches a piece of McManus's leg. He hops up in pain, but appears to walk it off. 2-2 now the count to Gonzalez.
Big part of the lineup right here with the 2-hole Gonzalez up. You've got the 3-hole Elko and Elko, Graham, Alderman in the middle of that lineup. All 1 for 3. They've been seeing the ball well all weekend, not just today.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gervais, the pitch. High fastball, swing and a miss. Gonzalez chases it. 1 out. Gervais with the punch out, his first in relief. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. Fans, a reminder, TJ Ribs, the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, proudly serving the greater Baton Rouge area. Their famous barbecue since 1986. TJ Ribs, the reason for ribs. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Final show of the season. Jay Johnson's show at TJ Ribs, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Recap this series and then look ahead. Northwestern State and Vandy on the road next weekend. Tim Elko to the plate. Elko today 1 for 3. We've talked about it. Shown power, we obviously knew coming into this weekend. Did have a base hit, came around to score in the 5th inning. First pitch from Gervais, the fastball. Just missed off the outside corner, ruled ball 1. Bench down at second base. Ole Miss up 7-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. Gervais looks back. Now the 1-0. This is outside, 2-0.
Gervais at 6'8", or excuse me, 6'10", listed in the program. 230 pounds, does a nice job of keeping everything together, and you don't usually see, unless there's basketball players at 6'10", you see how coordinated those guys are. The taller you get, the tougher it is to get coordinated.
This one fouled off by Elko. Move the count 2-1. And Gervais, I can account for. He's every bit 6'10".
There's no line. There's no up in the height in the book just for bragging rights, huh?
You know, they ask you on planes to please pay attention as they go over the safety guidelines. Gervais sits in front of me on the plane and can't do it. 2-1. Nice breaking ball on the inside corner. Gervais surprises Elko. Evens the count 2-2.
Well, we've mentioned the tall pitchers in LSU history. Ben McDonald comes to mind. Anthony Renato was a guy that I played with that was up there. But again, it's a scout's dream when those tall pitchers can keep everything together and really know how to pitch.
2-2 delivery. Misses high. Fills the count 3-2. Bench led off the inning with a double down the line and left. Gervais comes back, gets the strikeout against Gonzalez. Now with one out. 3-2 pitch way outside from Gervais, going to walk Elko. He will reach base for the third time today, first time by way of walk. And with one out, see Kevin Graham. Graham today 1 for 3. Base hit in the first, a ground out to second in the third, and a fly out to Stevenson in left. That's going to bring Jay Johnson out to visit with Gervais now.
Graham has been the hottest Ole Miss hitter this weekend. Came into the game, hit .625 on the weekend. Was 5 for 8, as you mentioned, Chris. 1 for 3 today. Does have a home run on the weekend, so doesn't get easier with these next couple guys.
Fans H&E Equipment Services, the official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. So for all of your rental needs, call 877-700-RENT or visit herentals.com today. This is frustrating if you're the Tiger dugout. Tiger fans, without question, more competitive today in Game 3 than we saw in the first two contests, but yet Ole Miss again just keeps swinging the hot bats. Stays out in front of LSU now 7-4. Out hit the Tigers 8-6. But you have seen more fire and more life out of LSU today.
Well, and it's, you know, Ole Miss just continues to put the pressure on you. There's no let up, no go. I mean, the only inning that was the easy inning was a missed third strike, and then it ended up being they get the bases loaded, and LSU really had to work hard to get out that inning. But it just always putting pressure on you. Runners are always on base. Pitchers are always throwing from the stretch.
One out, runners first and second, and Gervais will look back to second. Get Bench back on the bag. And again, he'll turn and look back to second. Bench certainly a threat. 4 of 9 in stolen bases. Gervais to the plate. Pitch to Graham outside, ball 1. This one inside, gets away from McManus all the way to the backstop. Runners will advance to second and third.
Wow,
While the Tigers have played with a little more competitive edge today, one thing has remained constant, and that is inopportune miscues. There's another one you can throw on the pile there. Now they will intentionally walk Graham after a 2-0 count to load the bases. Looking for a possible double play ball here, as they'll bypass Graham and go to Alderman. Alderman 1 for 3. It won't be easy either. 2-run homer off of Raiselman in the 5th inning. So the right-hander stands in. Gervais delivers. Strike at the letters on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Bases loaded, bench at third, Elko at second, Graham on the intentional walk at first with 1 out. Tigers trying to keep it just a 3-run deficit, 7-4 here in the top of the 6th. Ground ball over the top of Gervais, picked up by Doty. He'll apply the tag, throw to first to Morgan in time for that double play. Great play by Kane Doty with the bases loaded. Gervais, all 6'10", going high in the air, couldn't get it with the glove, went right to Doty on 3 bounces. He applies the tag to Graham and then throws to first to get Alderman, and the Tigers do indeed keep it just a 3-run deficit after 5.5 here at the box. 7-4, Ole Miss leads. Tigers come to the plate in the bottom half of the 6th inning after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Trey Morgan will lead it off for LSU in the bottom of the 6th inning, down 7-4 to Ole Miss here in Game 3 as Washburn winds, delivers, and a first pitch ground ball right at Chatagnier. Second baseman scoops it up, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Ole Miss 7 runs, 8 hits today. The Tigers 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error.
Now batting the Tigers, catcher.
And Derek Diamond, not a bad job on the mound for the visiting Rebels. Again, started the season leading off the weekend series. Now the Game 3 starter here of late. As Hunt Palmer told us before the game, has not thrown a pitch in the 6th inning all year. Doesn't today either. Eventually the Tigers got to him and got to the Tiger, or rather Rebel bullpen. This pitch misses low to McManus, make it 1-0. Diamond goes 4 1/3, gives up 6 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned. No walks and 5 strikeouts. But his offense, the story this weekend, is this pitch just misses McManus on a breaking ball. Misses inside from Washburn, and it's 2-0. McManus 0 for 2 on the day. Washburn square to the plate, now will wind, and the 2-0. Sharply hit ground ball, but right at bench, the third baseman. The throw a little high, but handled by Elko. And there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Washburn for Ole Miss, if that last name sounds familiar. You're a Major League Baseball fan. His dad, Jared Washburn, pitched for the Los Angeles Angels from '98 to 2005, the Seattle Mariners 06 to 09, the Detroit Tigers in 09. He actually won the World Series with the Angels in 02. Finished 4th in the American League Cy Young Award voting in 2002. So pedigree there for Washburn here for Ole Miss.
Stevenson at the plate with 2 outs. Steve-O inserted into the lineup after we believe Gavin Dugas re-injured his hand going for a ball in the left center field gap, running into the wall there in the top of the 1st. In fact, the first pitch of the game. First pitch to Stevenson, a called strike. Josh 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout, popped up foul territory, third base side in the 4th inning. The 0-1 to Stevenson. Misses inside at the belt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two outs, bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 to Stevenson. Swung on towards the alley, right center field, giving chase. Leatherwood on the run. They'll let it bounce off the track, come off the wall, and Stevenson in with a 2-out double. His 4th of the year. Trying to spark a little life into the Tigers here with 2 outs. Stevenson ropes one to right center.
Yeah, off-speed pitch that kind of hung out over the plate. Stevenson drills that one in the right center, and see if LSU can't just scratch another one here with 2 outs. Inch just a little closer. It was a big double play in that last half inning to get out of a bases loaded jam. Looked like Ole Miss was going to put a couple across, and LSU able to hang to 0 would be big momentum switch here if LSU can put across a run.
Braden Jobert, and talk about a guy who's deserving and due for something. 1 for his last 22 at bats. Certainly has the potential for power. His last home runs, 2 of them against Grambling earlier this season. Since then, been struggling in SEC play. Again, he comes in 0 for 2 on the day. On the weekend, Jobert against Ole Miss, 0 for 5. Spianko makes a little quicker trot out to the mound. He wants to talk it over with Washburn and Dunhurst, the battery for the Rebels. You won't be able to spy on what Coach Bianco is talking about. He keeps his mouth covered, so the cameras can't peek in.
Doesn't want anybody picking up anything. That's number 27, John Gaddis, down in Ole Miss's bullpen, getting loose.
Which, by the way, Coach Bianco, when you watch him out on the mound, he's talking so fast, very hard to read lips. So I appreciate him covering the mouth, but I don't think any of us could decipher what he was saying nonetheless. Jobert stands in. Washburn fires, and the fastball misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Rebels led early 3-0. The Tigers since have been chipping away. They tied the game at 3-all after 4 innings. The 1-0. This is inside and high to Jobert, 2-0.
See how aggressive Washburn's going to be with Thompson, the right-hander, on deck, and Jobert in a good hitter's count.
2-0. Way upstairs. Gets away from Dunhurst. Hits the backstop. That will easily put Stevenson down to 3rd. So now just 90 feet away. Jobert with an opportunity to not only start a 2-out rally, with the Tigers are no strangers to, but certainly put another run across with outs dwindling here in the middle part of the game. Again, the Ole Miss infield not playing the shift. We've seen everybody play the shift against Jobert going back to Mississippi State. 3-0. Misses high, ball 4. So Jobert earns the base on balls. That will indeed bring Jordan Thompson to the plate. Runners first and third now with 2 outs. Coach Bianco deep in that corner of the dugout, noodling things now, and may see, yeah, he peeks out for a minute. Looks like he's going to stay put here, allow Washburn to come after Thompson.
I think Bianco with that mound visit was probably going to say, hey, look, Thompson has maybe not every bit as much of power as Jobert, but he can put the ball out of the ballpark with the best of them. So you had to face one of them. I think they probably wanted to face Thompson, being the right-on-right situation.
A lot of real estate in the alleys out in the outfield. Rebels playing straight up, left, center, and right. First pitch from Washburn misses outside to Thompson. 1-0. Jobert at first, Stevenson at third. Tigers trail 7-4. Purple and gold faithful trying to get involved here. Thompson awaits. The 1-0. Breaking ball catches that inside corner. And that's been a good pitch for Washburn. Evens the count 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on the corner. A 1-1. Breaking ball down and away. Sliding over is Dunhurst to keep it in front of him. It's 2-1 now, the count.
A really nice job by Dunhurst. That ball was well into the left-handed batter's box, and he was able to slide over and cover that pitch up.
Two balls, 1 strike. Thompson today 1 for 2. A base hit came around to score in the third. Was caught looking last time in the 5th inning by Derek Diamond. 2 balls, 1 strike. Washburn's delivery inside, gonna hit him. Thompson hit by a pitch, will load the bases with 2 outs. The Tigers' number now moves to 97 hit by pitch on the year. Now let's see. Collier Cranford, who had the triple his last at bat. Again, limited at bats on the season. This will just be his 22nd plate appearance, but that will bring the slow trot for Mike Bianco, and he's going to make the call. So Washburn is done. A pitching change coming here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs and the bases loaded for LSU. Looks like they're going to a left-hander. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Tell you about the new Ole Miss pitcher when he takes over. And get back to it here at the box. 7-4 Ole Miss leads on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ole Miss in Game 3 leading LSU 7-4. The Tigers now with the bases loaded. Collier Cranford, maybe his biggest at bat, certainly of the season, maybe in his career, batting for just the 22nd time here in 2022. Will face off against John Gaddis. Appears to be a hard-throwing left-hander in for the Rebels.
Gaddis making his 13th appearance of the year. He's 2-1 with a 4.3 ERA. He does have a save in 37 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 40 hits, 18 runs, 14 walks, and 37 strikeouts. And it's an upper 80s fastball. He'll touch a 90 every now and then. And it's changeup and a curveball. The curveball's more of just a show pitch. The changeup is the better of the two, and he'll go to the changeup a lot, particularly against righties. So be on the lookout for that good changeup.
Tigers have Stevenson at third, Joe Baird at second, Thompson at first. Pitch to Cranford, popped up onto the infield, foul territory. Elko coming over, he will have it. And easy work for John Gaddis. One pitch and a pop up in foul territory, and the Tigers come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, and 3 men left on. We head to the top of the 7th. 7-4, Ole Miss out in front on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Ole Miss comes to the plate in the top of the 7th. They lead 7-4 over LSU here in Game 3 this weekend. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer. See why Kubota, the #1 rated reliability under 100 horsepower tractor in the US of A. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer. Test drive a Kubota today. Paul Gervais back out on the mound. TJ McCants leads it off for the Rebels. First pitch to the left-hander, slap foul down the first base line. And it's 0-1. McCants on the day 0 for 3. Comebacker to the mound in the 2nd inning. Caught looking in the 4th and grounded out to the 3rd baseman Collier Cranford last time in the 5th inning. Batting .241. McCants awaits, and the 1-1. Fouls this one off left side, out of play. And it's 0-2. McCants now 2 for 11 on the weekend with a double, a run batted in, and a run scored. Paul Gervais in relief. 2.25 ERA as McCants lifts this one in the air, shallow center field. Cruz coming in, now settles under it, has it for out #1. McCants retired. Bring up Hayden Leatherwood. Leatherwood with a solo home run in the 2nd, reached base in the 5th inning by way of walk, was a strikeout victim in the 4th inning. Righty on lefty matchup. Gervais delivers, and it misses outside. 1-0. right-hander. 1-0 pitch sent back into the screen foul. Evens it up 1-1. One ball, one strike, one away. Gervais fires in the fastball, swing and a miss. Down in the zone, Leatherwood couldn't find it. It's 1-2. Gervais now ahead in the count. 1-2 delivery, and on the hand, sent back foul again by Leatherwood. Spoils that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Still keeps it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tiger fans, remember, you can show off your team spirit here at the ballpark, or even while you're at home. Visit Cox.com/Tigers. Take a selfie with your favorite Tiger, and remember to share it. Cox, they're LSU fans 24/7. 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. Down on strikes goes Leatherwood. Gervais finished the top of the 6th with a strikeout. It's a strikeout here, his 2nd of the day. 2 gone.
That's a good pitch. Back door, or back foot slider, I should say, from the right-hander down to that back foot of a left-handed hitter. As long as you get it down there enough, lefties typically like it low and in, a la Warren Morris homer back in '96, but that one was well placed.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Chatagnier, who's batting an even .400 this weekend, 2 for 3 today, including 2 RBI, 2 runs scored. A double, came around to score in the 2nd, had the 2-run homer in the 5th inning. The 0-1 to the second baseman, misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chatagnier hidden down there, 8th in the lineup.
He's in the 8th spot, but this guy can play. A 2020 freshman All-American.
1-1 off the end of the bat, foul. Make it 1-2. Gervais works ahead. Elko, we talked about, has been at Ole Miss forever. He's a senior. Chatagnier has been around a while too, listed as a junior. 2 outs and a 1-2 count. Gervais fires, misses outside. 2-2. LSU will have top of the order. Pearson, Cruz, and Doty. Bottom half of the 7th frame. But first things first, the 2-2 from Gervais. Outside corner, called strike 3. Chatagnier leaned in, stayed back, and Gervais punches out his 3rd batter for the Rebels. That'll end it for Ole Miss. They go in order in the top of the 7th. Time now to head to the bottom half. Stretching out here at the box. Tigers need runners. They need runs. Pearson, Cruz, and Doty to lead it off when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers looking once again for a late game rally. We come to the bottom of the 7th inning here in game 3. 7-4, Ole Miss with the lead. Josh Pearson will lead it off. John Gaddis, the left-hander, continues after coming in, getting the final out of the 6th inning for LSU. There's a strike from Gaddis to make it 0-1. Double barrel action again down for the Rebels in the left field bullpen. The 0-1 off the end of the bat. Shallow center field. Could be trouble, and going out is Chatagnier. The second baseman cuts right in front of McCants, able to reach out and grab it for out number 1. Last couple of seconds there, thought it might fall between Gonzalez, McCants, and Chatagnier, but the veteran second baseman, he's had that kind of weekend, doing it in the field just then.
He took the words right out of my mouth, Chris. I mean, he's everywhere right now, doing it at the plate, making a great play there to keep the leadoff hitter from getting on a very difficult play.
Dylan Cruz now with 1 out will stand in. Gaddis fires but misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 ground ball down the line at third. Back pick by Bench. Long throw to first, and it is in time to get Cruz. Justin Bench behind the third base bag towards the line with the backhand. And the throw had to be right on, and it was.
2 really good plays by Ole Miss defense. Bench there, he almost got the in-between hop, which is the one you don't want to get. We talked about the short hop and the candy hop, or the Sunday hop people call it. That's the ones you want. That was almost an in-betweener on a hard hit ball and just threw a rocket across to get Cruz.
Doty now at the plate, off speed across the plate, and it's 0-1 to Doty. Ole Miss 50 errors coming into today's game, fielding at a 9.70 clip. 2 incredible plays there to quickly get 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 now after missing from Gaddis. Pitch to Doty. That one misses for ball 2. 2-1.
Yeah, double barrel action, as you said, Chris, down in Ole Miss's bullpen. One of them for sure. We don't have numbers on the front of the jersey. Hard to get sometimes to see who it is, but Mason Nichols is number 45.
Doty swings, sends it to center field. McCann spinning, turning, backpedaling, and shy of the track has it for out number 3. And the Tigers go very quietly in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 8th. 7-4 Ole Miss leads on the LSU Sports Radio Network. 7-4. Top of the 8th. Rebels leading by 3. Hayden Dunhurst will lead it off for the Rebels. Gervais back out there. Delivers a first pitch somewhere missing for ball 1. Dunhurst in the 9 spot today for Coach Bianco, 0 for 2. The 1-0. Did he go around? Oh, they say he didn't. Ooh, that's not going to be popular. Dunhurst was stepping out of the batter's box. Looked like he fully committed, not only with the hands but also the hips. But nonetheless, 2-0 the count. The pitch fouled back out of play. 2-1.
Right-hander Bryce Collins starting to get loose down in LSU's bullpen.
Two balls, 1 strike to Dunhurst. Gervais slap foul on the first base line. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers will be back here at the box one final time in the regular season. Northwestern State on Tuesday night, 6:30 first pitch. Then on Wednesday it's off to Music City. 2-2. Breaking ball hung up. This one deep to right center field. Pearson giving chase. And it's off the top of the wall. Fielded by Cruz. And a stand-up double. And it looks like Dunhurst may be arguing it came off the top for a home run. But it looks like we're going to get a review as third base umpire Derek Malika now going to be called over by Coach Mike Bianco. Buzzy, I will yield to you on a replay. It looked like it came off the very top of the wall, went straight up into the air, then back onto the playing surface. But they're going to take a look at it. No surprise, we'll go under review for the first time today, presented by Acme Oyster House. And in real time, I think that might be ruled a home run.
So I'll tell you, this is the second time this has happened this year with me in the booth. I believe Doug and I were up here earlier in the year, Chris, and I don't know who it was, but a ball hit. The problem is they've got the batters, what they call the turtle. So it's a screen they put for batting practice on home plate. They've got that right behind the right field wall. And it's just hard to know if it hit the screen behind that fence, which is the batting screen, which would be a home run because the batting screen is past the fence, or if it hit the top of the wall. And if it hit the top of the wall and came back, it's a double. And that's what was called on the field. It's really hard to see even from the replay, Chris. And again, second time this has happened this year, at least with me up here. And the first time I do remember them calling it a home run and keeping it a home run because it did hit that batter's screen, if you will, behind right field.
So they're talking it over with collaborative replay. Ole Miss already 3 home runs in today's game. Lobbying for a 4th. Again, ruled on the field as a double off the top of the wall, which keeps it 7-4. Now we'll get the call, and it will be ruled a double. And after review, the call on the field will stand. So Dunhurst will be at second base again, leading off the inning, and the production there in the 9 spot, helping the Rebels out as they get now to the top of the order. And Justin Bench, who today is 2 for 3, pair of doubles, came around to score, also reached base on a walk in the 4th, reached base in the 2nd on a fielder's choice. Gervais now will look in. Riley Cooper also starting to throw down in the bullpen for LSU. Reaches down with the bat, does Bench, launches it to left, right at Stevenson. He had to just stay put, reach the glove up, and he will record out number 1. So Bench retired. We'll see Gonzalez, who's 0 for 3 in the 2 spot today.
Shortstop, Jacob
Finding
Gonzalez.
health care shouldn't require extra innings. That's why Our Lady of the Lake makes it convenient to fit care into your busy schedule. Learn more at olrmc.com/video visits. Proud to be the official health care provider of LSU athletics. And they'll intentionally walk Gonzalez to create force play on the diamond. That'll have runners first and second with one out. Last time the Tigers guessed right on an intentional walk, able to turn the double play as Doty applied the tag and threw to first to end it when the Rebels had bases loaded. So now we'll see Tim Elko. Which again, you give up the intentional walk, put 2 men aboard. Not the optimum guy you want to see if you're Paul Gervais and LSU. Is now time called. McManus going to go out. Talk with Gervais here. Again, 2 warming down there for LSU. We mentioned Riley Cooper and Bryce Collins.
Yeah, you put Gonzalez on, set up the double play. You've got Elko, who, as you said, Chris, a dangerous hitter, could make this a 10-4 game in a hurry, but with the lack of speed, you hope, okay, Gervais stay down in the zone, work a ground ball, and anything hit relatively hard, or not even relatively hard, with Elko's speed, should be a double play ball, and LSU would be out of the inning.
So now McManus back behind the plate. First pitch to Elko. Fastball strike at the knees. And it's 0-1. Checking the Major League Baseball wire this afternoon. Here's something you don't see very often. Cincinnati Reds no-hit baseball against the Pirates today and lost the game 1-0.
Wow.
Pirates no hit and win the game. The 0-1. This is outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. They loaded the bases with 3 walks, did the Reds. And then a fielder's choice ground out, scored a run. That was all.
The only comparison I have for that, Chris, was back in high school. I talked about West Monroe already with Pearson going there, but playing West Monroe, they no-hit us, and we won the game 4-2. That's the only thing I got comparable.
That's pretty good. 1-1 misses outside from Gervais on a fastball. Now 2-1 to Elko. Gervais working hard to keep it low in the zone. Found the strike zone on the first offering, has missed on the last 2. Elko 1 for 3. His base hit came in the 5th inning. Got a board on a walk last time in the 6th. The 2-1. Fouled in the air down the line, first base side. Morgan giving chase, gets to the side wall, and it'll be 7 rows into the seats out of play. Evens the count 2-2. Fans, you won't believe how much life you can fit into the 2022 RAV4. Just visit your local Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Tigers still within striking distance here, down 7-4. We gotta get out of this top of the 8th inning with 6 more outs to work with. Try to avoid the sweep. First sweep at home on the season, and would be the first sweep for Ole Miss in the history of this series in Baton Rouge. 2-2. Elko swings, sends it into shallow center field. Cruz coming in, and he gets under it. Squeezes it for out number 2. Runners stay put first and second. So 1 more out for the Tigers to find here. Get to the bottom half of the 8th inning, see if they can catch up or take a lead.
Ball up in the zone from Gervais, and Elko just gets underneath it. Big second out as Jay Johnson coming to visit. Got to believe going to make a move here.
Believe he will. And Graham coming to the plate. And it looks like he'll call upon Riley Cooper. So the left-hander comes out of the bullpen. Tigers make a pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. 2 outs, 2 men on for the Rebels. Graham at the plate. Cooper will be on the bump when we come back. 7-4 Rebels lead on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers make another call to the bullpen here in the top of the 8th inning, trailing Ole Miss 7-4. Rebels with 2 men aboard. Kevin Graham coming to the plate, so it'll be a lefty-on-lefty matchup, Buzzy, because LSU brings in Riley Cooper.
Riley Cooper making his team-leading 26th appearance of the year. He's 4-2 with a 3.23 ERA. Does have a save in 30 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 33 hits, 11 earned runs, 4 walks, and 24 strikeouts.
Dunhurst at second, Gonzalez at first. First pitch to Graham, opposite field, fly ball to right, drops down in front of Stevenson. He'll take it on the short hop. But with 2 outs, they had Dunhurst moving. He will come around third to score, and Ole Miss extends their lead 8-4, their 10th hit of the day, and that's how Graham has done it all weekend. He's now 2 for 4 at the plate. Runners remain first and second with 2 outs, and now it will be Kemp Alderman, who had the 2-run homer in the 5th inning, up next for the Rebels. Cooper fires off speed outside, 1-0. .27 hits this weekend by the Rebels. Cooper comes set, the left-hander with the 1-0. Breaking ball drops down on top of the plate. Ball 2, 2-0.
Trent Vittmeyer, next Tiger pitcher, getting loose. You got Brandon Johnson, 37, for Ole Miss, getting loose in their bullpen. Johnson actually pitched the first game of this series, came in.
2-0 short of the plate by Cooper again to make it 3 balls, no strikes to Alderman.
You mentioned it, Chris. Yesterday, Riley Cooper threw an inning and 2/3 work. Inning and 2/3, only threw 25 pitches.
Runners take their lead, first and second. Cooper fires, and it's fouled off. Out of play by Alderman down the line and right. Rotolo's foul ball makes it 3-1. Things are certainly heating up here in South Louisiana, but fans, when you're ready to cool it down, count on Slow Melt Ice. Colder, cleaner, and longer lasting since 1997. Check them out at slowmeltice.com. 3-1 count to Alderman. Right-handed hitter settles in. Cooper, the 3-1. Low and inside, ball 4. That will load the bases now for the Rebels with 2 outs. While we have a moment, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification. Fighting Tiger Baseball on this, the LSU Sports Radio Network.
At the plate for the Rebels, center fielder TJ McCants.
Back with you inside the Caesars Sportsbook broadcast booth. Buzzy Heidel, Chris Blair here at Alec Box. Taylor Sharp, our producer, back in the Capital One studios. 8-4 Ole Miss leading here in game 3. Took game 1, finished up yesterday 5-3, and then dominated in game 2 11-1. And have led throughout, although the Tigers did tie it up after 4 innings, 3-3. In the top of the 4th, another big inning for the Rebels. One of many this weekend. They played 4 runs to get back out in front. Tigers would make it a 7-4 ball game after 5 innings, but now 1 run here in the top of the 8th gives a little breathing room for the Rebels. It's 8-4, and now with the bases loaded and 2 outs, TJ McCants looking for more. Cooper fires to the left-hander, strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Cooper's 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCants 0 for 4 on the day. 2 for 12 this series. 1 ball, 1 strike with the bases loaded. The pitch, swing and a miss. Chased it low. And Cooper gets ahead 1-2.
McCants had a really good freshman season last year. He was a freshman All-American and a freshman All-SEC player. Hit 300 even with 5 home runs, 35 RBIs.
1 ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded with 2 outs. The pitch. Chopper back to the mound. Cooper goes and gets it. Underhand scoop, gets it to Morgan. That's out number 3. Ole Miss, however, extends their lead by a run. 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 3 men on. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up. LSU trailing by 4 runs, 8-4. The Tigers will send to the plate Morgan, McManus, and Stevenson when we continue on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Tigers trail by 4 runs. Looking to try to climb that mountain here is Trey Morgan. Lead things off. First delivery from Gaddis. Catches the outer black. Called strike 1. It's 0-1 to Morgan. 1 for 3 on the day. And the home run to right field. Back in the 4th inning. Slaps this one back into the screen. A Rotolo's foul ball gets Morgan behind in the count 0-2. Awaits. Gaddis fires, reaches out with the bat. It's a soft liner to second base. Chatinier doesn't have to move. Keeps his feet planted. Ball comes right to his glove. 1 down.
Hey, Chris, I know my theory is you don't have to get them all back in 1 inning. You know, you can peck away. You've heard me say that a million times. I'd like to get 4 here. If we could just tie it up and hold them in the top of the 9th and just win it in the bottom, that'd be great.
Tyler McManus will have his hand into starting this comeback. With 1 down, McManus stands in. He's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout today. The pitch to the right-hander. Misses high, ball 1. Gaddis works quickly. The 1-0 delivery. Misses outside. Now make it 2 balls, no strikes. Of course, walk-on athletes put everything they've got into the game. Walk-on Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Visit walk-ons.com to find a location near you. This one is not coming back. Tyler McManus swung on deep to left center field. And he does start the comeback with a 1-out home run to left center. His 8th round tripper of the year. And that'll make it 8-5. Rebels lead cut to 3. Well, there's one of them, Buzzy. Just need 3 more.
I like it. 8th home run of the year, as you said, Chris. All 8 home runs are in SEC play. That'll way to just save the long ball for the games that truly truly matter, and McManus does that. Is one thing about Tyler McManus now, when he gets up there, he's not getting cheated with swings. We talked about how he had a great Alabama weekend. He hit 3 home runs in that series, 2 alone in the Sunday game, and continues to swing a hot bat.
It looks like we may be going to a pinch hitter here, as Joe Bear was on the on-deck circle, but it looks like Drew Bianco, going to pick up the lumber, come out of the dugout, and will bat in place of Stevenson in the 6th hole.
LSU number 5, Drew Bianco.
We mentioned last night, and really even on Friday night, talking about this series, Drew Bianco, no strangers to hurting Dad's feelings with home runs against the Rebels. So, again, not necessarily needing all home runs, but base runners certainly are key here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Again, the Tigers within striking distance now. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Ole Miss 8 runs on 10 hits. They've been perfect in the field so far. First pitch to Drew, misses high, ball 1. Gaddis delivered that 2-0 pitch, and boy did McManus catch it with the fat of the bat. The 1-0 pitch, big swing for Drew, but comes up empty. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I like this move. Put the right-hander versus the lefty. Of course, Bianco playing against Dad, so got some memories there.
1-1.
And I was just about to say, I like this move too, because that pitch right there almost hit Bianco, and Bianco's not afraid to get hit, so we need base runners at any way you can.
The 2-1 comes back with a fastball up in the zone. Bianco late coming around. It's now 2-2 to choke up on the bat here. Try to find a way to get on base. The 2-2 from Gaddis, outside and high, fills the count 3-2.
I was thinking the same thing, Chris. Anyway, right here, Drew. Spread it out, choke it up, find a way on.
Crowd getting into it here at the box. The payoff pitch misses high. Drew Bianco earns the base on balls. And with 1 out, the Tigers have a runner aboard. That'll bring Braden Joe Bear to the plate. Again, Joe Bear aboard on a walk back in the 6th inning. But looking for a hit, just one of his last 22. Certainly overdue for something here for the Tiger designated hitter. Lefty on lefty matchup. Bianco at first, 1 out. McManus gets them 1 run closer to make it 8-5. Gaddis's pitch. Breaking ball outside, sliding Dunhurst, the catcher, over to his left. It's 1-0.
Gaddis, as we told you, not an overpowering arm from the left side. Going to throw the ball upper 80s and touch a 90 every now and then. But the changeup is his secondary pitch, and he'll go to the curveball against lefties.
The 1-0, high and inside. Make it 2 balls, no strikes to Joe Bear. Bianco, very heads-up base runner, underrated as a base runner as well. He takes a lead off of first. Joe Bear swings at the 2-0, fouls it back into the screener with Tolo's foul ball. Now makes it 2-1. Right-hander loosening now for the Rebels down in the left field bullpen.
Well, that's still their closer, number 37, Brandon Johnson.
Johnson was impressive in the resumption of game 2, or game 1 rather, yesterday, as he came in, pitched 2 innings, no runs, no hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. That one misses to Joe Bear. It's now 3-1.
And he threw 32 pitches yesterday, and I've said this before. Anytime you come that back-to-back days after throwing, you're usually not as sharp. You have a little less velocity. The curveball doesn't snap as much.
Joe Bear swings on the 3-1 pitch, high in the air, foul territory towards the first base dugout. But it will catch the overhang out of play and will fill the count and allow Joe Bear to swing again. Get on the year, Braden, a 248 hitter, 42 runs batted in, 12 home runs, 9 doubles. Ole Miss playing straight up on the infield, straight up in the outfield. Plenty of room in the alleys here. Bianco with a lead off first, 1 out. Another payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Again, you can argue balls and strikes, but a little too close, Buzzy, to put that in the hands of the umpire. Tough break for Joe Bear, 2 outs as Gaddis records the strikeout, his first in relief.
It's tough because it's a tough pitch for a hitter with 2 strikes, but you learn it in Little League. You know, all your Little League coaches have told you with 2 strikes, anything close, you got to swing, you got to protect. You know, everybody's heard that growing up. And right there, that was a perfect example of too close with 2 strikes. And strike 3 looking for Joe Bear. Big strikeout by Gaddis as Coach Bianco coming to make a move here to Johnson.
So he'll make the call to the bullpen, bring in Johnson. Pitching change powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Got some drama, got some game left. 8-5, Ole Miss leads, 2 outs, runner on for the Tigers here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Back after this on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Brandon Johnson takes over his second appearance on the weekend for Ole Miss. It's an 8-5 Rebel lead. 2 outs with the Tigers at the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tyler McManus had a 1-out solo home run to left center field to make it a 3-run game. Tigers will have Jordan Thompson coming to the plate, and they will face off again against the closer, Brandon Johnson, for Coach Mike Bianco and Ole Miss.
Brandon Johnson, the right-hander from Cottondale, Alabama, 6 foot, 195 pounder. Making his 19th appearance on the year. He's 1-3 with a 4.09 ERA. Does have 8 saves in 33 innings. Giving up 23 hits, 15 earned runs, 17 walks, and 53 strikeouts.
So Thompson will dig in. Jordan today 1 for 2 in the 8 spot for the Tigers. Bianco at first, and the first pitch from Johnson, a breaking ball that, if my eyes did not deceive me, wrapped around the back of Thompson's head. Missed the Tigers shortstop. But it's 1-0. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses low from Johnson. That'll make it 2 balls, no strike. Buzzy, the theme today, we talked about it from the very outset. Find a way to win this game 3. First 2 games didn't go your way. Nothing you can do about it now. The argument has always been, if you're gonna only win one, win on Sunday, or at least game 3, as Johnson misses again. Ball 3 now, 3-0 to Thompson. Skip Bertman didn't like losing. Paul Maneri didn't like losing. Jay Johnson doesn't like losing. But winning game 3 of a series, going into this week, where it's a short week, it's going to come at you quickly. Tuesday night here at home, then travel to Nashville on Wednesday for a Thursday series. This one misses outside to Thompson for ball 4. That'll put 2 runners aboard now with 2 outs. This one, as we said, biggest game of the year at this point of the season.
Pitch hitting for LSU, number
Giovanni DiGiacomo will come in to pinch hit here for Collier Crampert in the 9 spot. So after Bianco came in to pinch hit for Stevenson, Jay Johnson will look into the dugout. Giovanni honored today before the game as one of the senior members of this baseball team. Two outs, runners first and second. Giacomo with his 68th plate appearance of the year. First delivery, strike on the outside corner. Fastball from Johnson. Tiger fans thought it was a tad outside, maybe a little low, but nonetheless, 0-1 now to DiGiacomo. Bianco at second, Thompson at first base. The 0-1. That one misses outside with a heater at 95. It's 1-1.
Johnson will be 92 to 96 miles an hour. You saw that last one there, 95. It's a good arm from the right side.
1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Gio. Swing and a miss. Chases that fastball a little out and up. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. It appears we'll see Vittmeyer come out for the Tigers in the top of the 9th. Let's try to hold that off for a while. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. DiGiacomo down on strikes. Johnson comes in, finally finds the 3rd out, and that'll do it for LSU. However, they get 1 run closer. 1 run on 1 hit, solo shot by McManus to left center field. But leave 2 men on base here as we head to the top of the 9th inning in Game 3. Ole Miss leading LSU 8-5 on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Hayden Leatherwood leads it off for Ole Miss. They lead LSU 8-5. We hit the 9th inning here in Game 3. Riley Cooper remains on the mound. The left-hander delivers to Leatherwood, missing for ball 1. 1-0 sent back to the screen foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cooper again 25 pitches in yesterday's Game 2. Now the pitch count again manageable, just at 12 total pitches here. They do have Vittmeyer waiting and ready should they need him. This one fouled off the bat of Leatherwood, comes off the equipment of McManus. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
McManus been taking a beating back there today.
A 1-2. Called strike 3. Belt high on the outside corner. Leatherwood down on strikes. For the 3rd time today, it's Cooper gets the punch out. His first in relief, and with 1 gone, you'll see one of the more deadly hitters for the Rebels this weekend, Peyton Chatagnier, out of Cypress, Texas. Today he's gone 2 for 4. Double came around to score in the second, had a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. First pitch, and there's a ground ball, base hit into left field. 3rd hit of the day for Chatagnier.
Yeah, he's just a ball player, Chris. I mean, what he does at second base, he's all over the baseball field, plays hard. Can't get him out today, but really nice player for the Ole Miss Rebels.
5 hits on the weekend for the Rebels second baseman. He'll put a runner aboard here with 1 out. Dunhurst at the bottom of the order is 1 for 3. Had a double in the 8th inning. Came around to score that run to give Ole Miss at the time an 8-4 lead. It's now 8-5 after McManus's solo shot. Tigers with 3 outs to work with offensively. They got to find 2 more outs here in the top of the 9th as Cooper to the plate. Misses high. The offering to Dunhurst 1-0. Cooper looks to first. Now the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball across the plate. Dunhurst, I don't think Buzzy was looking for that. Held the bat back, and it was right over the plate. 1-1. And Cooper going to toss over to keep an eye on Chatagnier. Again, steal bases. One of the Rebels that will get out and run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cooper again trying to keep a close leash. And a close play as Morgan just about got Chatagnier before he got his hand on the bag. One ball, 1 strike. Cooper to the left-hander, looks again to first, but now brings the 1-1. Swung on and fouled back. Cooper ahead in the count now, 1-2.
Cooper fastball can be sneaky at times. That one there, 89 miles an hour. And Dunhurst looked like he was swinging at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's just because of the good changeup that Cooper possesses.
Another throw over to first, this time back easily again is Chatagnier. One and 2 the count. Cooper brings it. Misses high. 2-2. Cooper, as you mentioned, Buzzy, going to bring the curveball. He'll bring the changeup. Can run the fastball up there into the low 90s. But again, before a 2-2 delivery, we'll check on Chatagnier at first base. Here's the 2-2. Again, just got a piece with the bat, sends it foul left side, out of play. Another Rotolo's foul ball, and it's 2-2. Time of year when everybody has a projection on regional host sites, seeding, the NCAA tournament. That will certainly heat up next week and into the following week. The 2-2 is a breaking ball that Dunhurst just spoils. Cooper had hoped he had him with that one. Still 2-2 the count. Get headed into the SEC tournament. Really, truly one of the best conference tournaments in all sports. Hosted by Hoover, Alabama. Throw over, and again Chatagnier slides parallel back to the first base bag.
Yeah, it's funny, Chris. You know, these games late in the year count just the same as the games early in the SEC schedule, but for some reason they just seem much more magnified when it gets towards the last couple weekends.
The 2-2 misses off the outside corner. A good-looking pitch there. Cooper thought he might have him. A better eye by Dunhurst at the plate will fill the count 3-2. And I think, to your point, Buzzing, the reason that is, mainly for fans and media, is that you liken it to a team getting hot at the right time and who finishes strong down the stretch with wins and losses. And not to take anything away from that, they're certainly very valid, but again, I think you have to look at the season in totality. With a 56-game regular season for LSU, that's going to be 55 regular season games, unable to make up that missed date with Lamar a little bit ago. Cooper again throwing over as Dunhurst now looks frustrated. He just dropped the bat, steps out of the batter's box.
When everything starts getting so close with scores, you know, I mean, Texas A&M wins their game today. They go to 17-10 in the league now.
Payoff delivery, ground ball to second. Jody comes in, flips it to Thompson, relay to first, on the money to Trey Morgan for the twin killing. And the Tigers take a little bit of mo into the dugout here, and they'll need it. Last chance for LSU as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. No runs, one hit for the Rebels. They leave nobody on. Tigers trailing 8-5 when we come back on the LSU Sports Radio Network. Here we go, rally cap time. If you're a Tiger fan, LSU trailing 8-5 here to Ole Miss in Game 3. LSU trying to avoid the sweep by the Rebels for the first time ever here in Baton Rouge. Again, Ole Miss not a lot of success in series play here against the Tigers over the years. In fact, clinching the series yesterday in Game 2 by the final of 11-1, just their second series win here in Baton Rouge since 1992. And I know that's a long time ago because I graduated high school then, and that's been a long time ago. First delivery to Pearson, who leads it off. Going to be ruled a strike, but boy, that's not going to please Jay Johnson. Looked like Jeffrey Macias actually didn't make a call, which assumed it was ball one, and then decided to call the strike side. That surprised Pearson. It certainly did not please Tiger fans in the Tiger dugout, but nonetheless, it's 0-1 to Pearson. Swung on in the air, down the line in left, foul territory. Bench giving chase near the bullpen. It will drop down and foul into the seats. No one could get to it. They had Graham, Bench, and Gonzalez giving chase. But luckily for Pearson, he will live to swing another day. Now an 0-2 count after the Rotolo's foul ball. Coming up following the action on the diamond, we'll have the Fighting Tiger 10th inning show. Stats, scores around the SEC, current standings. visit with head coach Jay Johnson. 0-2 to Pearson. Leadoff man for the Tigers, 2 for 4 at the plate today. Johnson fires. Pearson stays away. The fastball misses outside, and it's 1-2.
Ole Miss with double barrel action. One of the right-handers is number 45, Mason Nichols. Still can't identify a number on the other right-hander.
The 1-2 to Pearson. Swing and a miss. Johnson gets the strikeout, his second here in late relief. Now 2 outs to work with. We'll see Dylan Cruz moved up into the 2 spot today in the lineup. 1 for 3. His base hit came back in the first inning. He was stranded at second. Speaking of which, the Tigers today have left 10, or rather 7 men on base. The Rebels have left 10.
Other right-hander down in Ole Miss's bullpen is number 39, Jack Dotery.
Cruz awaits. Johnson fires. Big swing by Cruz, but comes up empty on the off-speed delivery. It's 0-1. Again, Buzzy, you asked how effective would Johnson be? Back-to-back appearances here. A little shaky to start, but now starting to get back into a groove. He misses with that fastball outside to make it 1-1 to Cruz. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch almost got him in the cleats. Cruz slides out of the way on a pitch low and inside. 2-1. Checking around the stands here at the box. There's a few people going with the rally cap. Two-one delivery. Swing and a miss. Fastball down and away. Really a great pitch executed by Johnson there as Cruz late coming around to catch up on the 96-mile-an-hour heater. It's 2-2. Two-two delivery. Drops in low, misses, fills the count now to Cruz with 1 out. It's 3-2.
Well, Johnson's numbers aren't going to blow you away if you just, he's 1-3, right at a 4 ERA, but he's got the 8 saves. And again, we told you in 33 innings, 53 strikeouts, so he can strike you out.
3-2, misses outside. Got away from Dunhurst, and a 1-out walk given to Dylan Cruz. So Dylan reaching base for the second time today. And with 1 out, you got to start somewhere. Cruz gets aboard, and now we'll see Cade Doty. Down to sack bunt in the first inning, ground out to short in the third, a fly out to left in the fifth, and a fly out to center. His last at bat. Again, looking for his first hit of the weekend. Better late than never, huh?
No better time than now.
Cruz with a lead off first. Johnson working from the stretch will bring it to the plate. The off-speed pitch ruled a strike. Ooh. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. Low and in the dirt. Again, Dunhurst. He and McManus both have worked pretty hard today behind the plate, but I guess that's just whatever day you want to choose for a catcher.
And Dunhar's been very impressed with him all day. He was very good defensively. No surprise he was the 2021 SEC. Was put on the all-defensive team.
1-1. Fastball misses low from Johnson now. 2-1. The Rebel right-hander looks a little frustrated. Not sure if it's with the strike zone or just with himself. Now Doty ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tigers trail by 3 runs, 8-5. The 2-1. Again, fastball at 95, but way down low. It's 3-1. Hitters count now for Cade.
I know you can't give the take here, and I'm not saying I would if I was a coach, but really got to be particular here if you're Cade Doty.
3-1, swung on in the air, foul territory, trying to reach the seats down the line in right, and it will. About 11 rows deep with the big clunk. Still 3-2. Now 3-2. Trey Morgan stands on deck for the Tigers. Dylan Cruz down at first. Cade Doty awaits the 3-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Cade was trying to use the body language to implicate ball 4, but not the call from Jeffrey Macias. And now with 2 down, it's up to Trey Morgan to keep it going here in the bottom of the ninth.
I know Tiger fans don't want to hear it. That's just a difficult pitch to hit if you're Cade Doty, but it's probably a strike.
So now Morgan, who's 1 for 4, had the solo home run in the 4th inning to right field. Takes a swing, fouls it into the screen beyond the third base dugout, foul, and it's 0-1. Morgan on the year, certainly plenty of power. Got 13 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs, batting .311. Down to their final out here in the bottom of the ninth, trailing 8-5. Cruz extends his lead a good 4 steps off of first base, and the fastball from Johnson misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson takes some time. Grabs a little dirt off the mound. Wants to re-grip the baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike. From the stretch, Johnson fires. Opposite field, gonna be a base hit. Drops down in left. Around second is Cruz. Graham just now picking it up. He'll elect to get to the cutoff man, and Morgan delivers a 2-out single. And it puts runners first and third for LSU. So still a pulse for the Fighting Tigers.
I say this all the time. I don't know that there's anybody better than spraying the ball the other way than Trey Morgan.
Oh, he laid back on that one and then just slapped it over the head of Bench at third and down near the line, which made it a little more difficult for Graham to handle. Cruz heads up base running, had the baseball in front of him. Never hesitated. Bottom of the ninth, you need runs. He's around second into third. Now time called, Dunhurst. Going to go out and visit with Johnson now. And as Bunsey told you, there's 2 look to be ready to go down in the bullpen for Ole Miss, and that'll bring Coach Bianco out. He'll make another slow trot out to the mound. He'll put on his glasses. May have a serious conversation here with Brandon Johnson. And he has reached the mound.
No, I think this.
He almost forgot to cover his mouth, but now he does.
I think this is just the. How do you feel? You know, I don't know that he wants to make the move. Talking about Bianco, but if Johnson would give him any indication that maybe he didn't have enough gas left in the tank, he probably would make the move.
Well, it looks like he'll stick with Johnson. So Johnson able to convince the veteran coach he's still good to go. It'll be Tyler McManus coming to the plate. You may remember McManus in the 8th inning had a solo shot to left center field. His 8th home run of the year. Potential tying run at the plate here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. The pitch. Breaking ball misses just off the plate outside. 1-0.
When Morgan was up, you just wanted him to get on some kind of way to give McManus an opportunity, who's got the power and he's already hit a home run today, to take a swing with him being the tying run.
The 1-0 pitch. McManus. Fastball belt high across the plate. 1-1.
And I can write the script if you want me to, Chris. McManus gets on any way possible, and Bianco hits the walk-off homer.
Hollywood would love it. The 1-1 fouled back by McManus into the screen. Ball's behind in the count now. 1-2. Cruz down at third. Morgan Reached on a base hit to left. He's at first base. Tigers need 3 runs to tie it here in the bottom of the 9th. McManus out of Slidell, Louisiana. The right-handed hitter. Johnson, the right-handed hurler. 2 outs, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Ole Miss completes the sweep here in Baton Rouge. First time ever in a series the Rebels have come to the capital city and taken all 3 from LSU. The final, Ole Miss 8, LSU 5. With the win, Ole Miss now 31-19, 13-14. They keep climbing in SEC play. For the Fighting Tigers, it's 33-18, 14-13 in league action. Final today in Game 3, followed by a Game 1 win, 5-3, 11-1 win in Game 2. Ole Miss 8, LSU 5. Coming up, Fighting Tiger 10th Inning Show on the LSU Sports Radio Network.